Hi.
Balls.
Oh, baby. Hello. Beautiful people of the internet. How we all doing? Welcome to stream. Hi, it's good to see you. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Hi, Luke. Hi, Zuma. Hi, Cams. Hi, Nayrist. Hi, Joyce. 07's in the chat for Joyce's last day. Making it to streams. I guess normally you can make it to stream on Friday, just not the other days of the week. 07's to Joyce. I'm banning Joyce after today. Wait, what? Hi, OT. Hi, Kabo. Hi, Mon. Hi, Katilla. Hi, Hoster. Hi, Rune. Hi, Rosie Posey, Kabo. I think I said your name already, Kabo. Hey, hi, Kabo. Hi, Kingsley. Hi, Hero. How we all doing? I'm so excited for stream today. I played some Bon Iver on the intro screen, and now it is not matching the vibe. So let's play something else. I'm so excited for stream today. We got a lot to cover at the start of stream, and then some Satisfactory to play too, including a secret. I have a secret for today's stream that I'm really excited to show you guys. But let me give some dog treats first. Dog treats courtesy of K-Bell, Katilla, Joyce, Carly, Danny, Rosie. Hey, stop being a turd. All right, you guys want treats? Over here, over here. Sit. Good dogs. Good dogs. Can you give a seventh one from me, please? I'll give him some pats on the head. How about that? Oh, he's a good boy. He's a very good boy. Good dogs. Good dogs. You too, Hero. You too. Can I pet you? Good boy. How are y'all doing? Hope you're having an excellent day. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday. Fantastic, orgasmic, excellent, amazing, astounding, great, good, excellent. Words for good? Pleasurable. Saying pleasurable after orgasmic makes it feel weird. My Friday is not that exciting. It's not orgasmic. You're not having an orgasmic Friday over there? It is Freaky Friday. Freaky Friday. Okay, I have to leave in like 5 to 10 minutes. Quick recap everything before I have to go. So here's the deal. First off, somebody type something in chat that they would be embarrassed to tell people in real life. Actually, let's go the other way. Somebody compliment me in chat. Somebody write me a little compliment in chat. Why? No reason. No reason. We have a new feature on stream that I've been trying to. Ryan, you have a nice hairline. Interesting. Oh no, the green on your the green on your badge and your moderator thing showed up funny. Ryan, your wife is amazing. Your kid is adorable, K-Bell says. I love that. I love that. Thank you. Ryan, I like your glasses. You are one of the most persons of all time. Okay, well, that one's not so good. That one's not so good. Ryan, you smell like the butts. Okay. Why are the usernames red? Because if they're green, they're see-through. Red means that they are 100% visible. Because I had to use a chroma key. Yo, shout out to this developer, this chatter. Listen. We all know how I like to stream, which is I like to steal ideas from people who are better streamers than me. Shout out to a chatter in Dan Giesling's stream who made him a Chrome extension that allows him to highlight a message. Shout out to Dan, by the way. And I got it working on stream, and I'm so excited about it. I think it's going to be really funny for allowing us to highlight chats and talk about them and stuff. I'm excited for it. Great original idea, Ryan. Thanks so much, Zuma. I really appreciate that. So that's the first thing. We have a secret thing. Can mods do it too, or just you? Hey, Joyce, excellent question. Did I turn the setting on? Let me double check. There is a setting, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to have it on or not, where I think, will one of the mods respond to a message with the word, I think it's just post. Oh yeah, there you go. There you go. It goes a little weird when you do it from post, but yeah, the mods can actually put it on stream too. This won't backfire on Ryan horribly, I'm sure. I mean, me giving the mods a tool to embarrass me, there's no way on hell. Or there's no way in hell it could possibly go wrong. Let me go ahead and make the message display time a little bit longer and see if that breaks anything. We'll find out. Guys, say something funny about Ryan. So that's the first thing. Cherum's got to leave in 2 minutes. Next thing. Holy shit. I am very excited. Next week on stream, we are going to be doing something very different. Next week on stream, we're going to do Pokemon Week, where we bring back Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke that we dropped a couple months ago because I ran out of time to stream it. But we're only bringing it back for 1 week. We have 1 week to finish Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke or die trying. We're going to take the old stakes of banning chatters, and we're going to raise them even higher. We're going to take, if you are a Pokemon and your Pokemon dies, you're timed out for the entire week. Will there still be night streams? They will only be day streams. Only day streams. During the week, we got 5. I mean, unless I'm really hurting on Friday to get it done. We're going to do the full week. I got an outfit. I got decorations planned. We got fun times planned. I can't wait. I've got a little special something for the people who do get banned. A little special opportunity. So I'm excited. Next week is Pokemon Week. I'm very excited. We're gonna do it up for 1 whole week and then get out of there. Llama says, "Oh man, I still have a Bronzong named after me." Well, Llamas, it'll either be really nice to see you next week, or it'll be really nice to not. It'll be really sad to not see you. If your Pokemon dies, Ryan deletes your entire Twitch account. If your Pokemon dies, Ryan steals your social security number. That's the next thing. Second, what else? We're gonna open some Pokemon or some indigestion, not Pokemon cards, some indigestion cards here in a second, and get into Satisfactory. I think that's everything. You have like an hour and a half left to vote on the on the book channel, on the book club. It looks like Kamagawa Food Detectives is in the lead by about 5, but you can still vote right now. Now it's in the lead by 6. Somebody literally just ruined my whole spiel by adding a vote at the last second. Wow. Oh, 70 Evos, you had the lead for a while. How many packs of cards do we have floating around for this season? Left in the season or left to open? Not. We have around 250 left to. We have around 260. I think it's exactly 260 left to get out of here. I need to work on some pack stuff. It's on my mind. I need to get on it. I'm not very invested in book club, but if I was, I would vote for the book with the cat on the cover. Maybe that's what the key is. Put a cat on the cover. What else? What are you guys up to? What are you guys up to this week? I wish I could leak Ikelos' social security number, but he doesn't have one. Yeah, all of the non-Americans in chat are free. You guys are good. Rather than your social security number, I did steal your bank account. Bye, Cherub. Shit, Ryan actually does have my social security number. Oh, wait, you're right. Wait, you're right. You're not joking. I think technically I deleted it. Wait, Ryan, did you get a new headset? Mog, congratulations. Take VIP for the 2nd day in a row. You're the first person to notice. I did get a new headset. After years, I got a new Logitech headset. A slight improvement over the last one because it feels better on my ears. It feels better on my earsies. Fancy. Thank you. I don't want to show you my old headset. And you don't. And what I mean by that is you don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. I thought it looked different, but I didn't speak up. Was the old one the one you broke during Ori? It did break during Ori. That's true. I broke the headphone part off of it. Noticing new headset is like noticing new haircut for Ryan. Little in the hairline. I'm wearing the same model as your old one right now. Is how I know the difference. That's funny. Yeah. Yep. Got a new headset. So far, I like it. I will say the volume I'm a little bit getting used to. So if you guys at any point in the next week, you're like, yo, volume is really loud for music or really low for music, let me know. I need to like readjust my personal headset volume. Your talent was plugging it in without taking it off. I still can't do that. Only about half the time can I do it. Speaking of music, what's up? Ryan, did you see Noah Can performed with Mumford & Sons? No. What an incredible day for fans of music in the year 2012 and in the year 2024. If you loved music from the 2000s that ended in a year that was a multiple of 12, what a day. What a day. New game next week, old game next week. Pokemon Platinum, we're going to finish it next week. We're going to bring it back and focus on it. We should probably do a... Ryan, you have a nice hairline? Wait, who said that? Carly? Next week, Ryan is streaming Tongle's Fury, a new game that just came out. Maybe today... How about this for mods? For today, would you guys mind pinning a message about what next week is? Rather than the backseating one. If backseating gets heavy, we can change it, but... Or you can keep Ryan, you have a nice hairline. I'm actually cool with either. Either one of those is cool. Hi, Mars, how you doing? Can I get an exclamation Mars in the chat? Hey, Mars, can you say something embarrassing about yourself? Why do I keep asking people to do that? They're not going to do it. Mars, say something that hypothetically you would be embarrassed to have 54 people focus on. Something embarrassing about myself, Oh, shit, I stepped on Carly's toes. What if that's most things? Okay, okay. Mars is embarrassed by most things. My bad, Carly, my bad. Something embarrassing about myself, I mod for Ryan. I mean, if you don't think that's embarrassing, something's wrong with you. Yeah. What are you going to put on your resume? I mod for a Twitch channel named Lil_Indigestion? No way. Yesterday we were talking about how Surprise said au revoir to our community and went off into the world to go be an adult. I'll guarantee that ain't on Surprise's resume. What are you guys up to today? What's new? What's good? Let's open some cards. All right, we got cards and we got people here to open them. We got 4 Pexies, a Snoo, a Rosie, a Cams, a couple me, a Rosie, a Catilla, an MK. Incredible. Incredible. Let's get some of these shuffled up a little bit. Pexie, Snoo, Rosie, Cams, Catilla, MK. Give me one of those up there. And then we'll kind of get in there. Oh, Mars wants a pack of cards. Hell yeah, Mars. We'll get you in there. Don't forget Mars. Thank you, Mars. Thanks very much for the 5 gifted subs. That's really kind of you. Cheese Moon, thanks for the 5 months a couple minutes ago, by the way. Or at the start of stream. Thank you, thank you. Oh, we're running a prediction. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to the mods. Oh no, Pexie just popped off here. Uh-oh. Pexie, are you here right now? Is Twitch lying to me, Pexie? Wait, where's my pack? Is it locked? You got a locked one down here. Ryan, since my fucking job started, can you give me a pink this time? You think I could just go handing out pinks whenever I want? Sure, I got you. I always believe until I don't. And it's usually one prediction after that that believers finally get paid. All right, let's open Snoo. We'll see if Pexie's here. All right, Snoo. What you looking for? Zelda, Outer Wilds. Maybe my first 1 of 1. Zelda, Outer Wilds. Let's get you a better Tongle. You only have a bronze. All right, Snoo. Oh my god. Starting off on a great note. Hi, Freya. How's it going? Freya's unlocked some packs. Hell yeah, I'll get this refreshed in just a second. Silver in slot 1. I did code it so Mars can't get pink. Little into partner. Silver in slot 1, Snoo. We're starting off well. Glorious leader. Slot 2. We're still silver. H to tell your wife. So you're telling me there's a chance? 34.61% chance. So you're telling me there's a chance? I haven't opened cards in like a month. Is it finally about to happen? And by that, I mean it has happened, I think, exactly 1 time before. No! No! Heartbreak. This is a card that Snoo did not have. Lost in the sauce. I'm pretty positive. And that is such a heartbreak. It's a beautiful card. Truly amazing. And one of the worst times to have it pop up. Oh. Hi, Ikelos. How you going? I think Pexie might be gone. Let's bring some other people to the top here. We got Freya. We got Rosie's up here. We got a Mars up here. Let's get a Mars up here. Let's get it. We got to keep it Cassie. We got an Ikelos. We'll drag that up to the top. We got a Formy. All right. Does my timer work? Nope, my timer is broken. Okay. I love the Lost in the Sauce art. Me too. Shout out to Llamas. All right, Rosie Posey, what are you looking for? Hi, Ikelos. How you doing today? Rosie Posey is looking for my missing pieces, spiritually and card collection wise. Have you tried mushrooms? Compound interest in Mines of Loria are what we're looking for. Compound interest, Mines of Loria. P-Buff, Mines of Loria. All you are missing now from Season 2 is compound interest. Can we get it? Can we get it? No, we can't get it yet. Final card. Glorious Leader in gold. It's a goldiest leader, in fact. Doing great. It's the weekend. Let's go, Ikelos. How's the new job in general, Ikelos? You've been there for a couple months now at this point, right? Cams. P-Buff, Backseating Urge, and Great Treat Race to complete Season 2. We're in that, and I got to tell you, there's not a lot of opportunities left to complete Season 2. There's not a ton of cards left. So, P-Buff, Backseating Urge, and Great Treat Race. Let's get at least one of those here. Bonk Mars, by the way. I don't know what you've been bonked for. Compound Incest? Oh, God. Okay. P-Buff. Backseating Urge, Great Treat Race. So far, we're 0 for 4. Ah! We're 0 for 4. I'm so sorry, Cams. I hope you got something that you could at least trade. Feel free to send a trade. You know what? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. You need P-Buff, Backseating Urge, P-Buff, Backseating Urge, and Great Treat Race. P-Buff, Backseating Urge, Great Treat Race. Cams, if you want to send me a trade offer, hit me up. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, send me a trade offer. We need a wish list feature like Pokemon Pocket. I wish we could get all of the features Pokemon Pocket has. I wish. All right, Luke, get to work. And I'll get to work so that I can afford to pay you so that we can build a website like Pokemon Pocket. We'll get there. We'll get there. Katilla is looking for toilet humor is childish, and I don't even want a shit pack. Can I get an exclamation Katilla in the chat? Or a fart that bad. Hashtag justice for socks. Hashtag justice for Luke. Tama, Breath of the Wild, Outer Wilds, and Bluebees, plus other Season 1 cards for trade, please. Forest or Fine Wood is what we're looking for from Season 2. Forest or Fine Wood. Maybe some other stuff, too. Creative Stalling. Marcus Every Star. Luke says, I wish I could do this full-time. Card Gods. We're up to Silver. Little into cards. Forest. Ooh. Heartbreak. But a great card. Looks good in gold, too. Shout out to the gold frames. MK, what are you looking for? I'm just happy to be here. I admire that. I admire that a lot. We're looking for a lot of stuff from Season 2. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Cult Immunity. Bonk. Exclamation bonk. Your favorite person in chat right now. Backseating Urge. I thought that was bronze for a quarter of a second. In fact, it is gold. Final card. Oh, 2 good gold cards. I was sure if I played hard to get, the shits and farts would come running to me. If your shits are running, that's a thing to talk to your doctor about. Freya! What are we looking for? Anything for the Bluebees. Whatever the Bluebees need. Little into cards? Oh, so I hear you're looking for a shit pack. So I hear you're looking for a shit pack. So I hear you're looking for a Bluebee win. No! What is this? Kingsley! My shits have been running for a decade. Well, why don't you catch them? Your shits have been running. Are your shits running? Kingsley, what are you doing? He just did come into the room to give me a look like, did I do something wrong? No, buddy, you're good. Come here. You're good. I'm sorry I yelled at you. Don't take it personally. I was talking to a fake version of you on the computer screen. Good boy. Good boy. Want to say hi? Want to say hi? Poke your head up? No? You just want to rest your head on my leg? Okay, good boy. Shit pack would have been nice, but a white is always nice too. I mean, great card. All right, Mars, you started your job. I'm excited for you. Let's get you a pink. First time ever. He thought he was in trouble. He did. Pink for Mars here. Pink for Mars here. I guess you could, if you really wanted to, you could chuck disbelief in chat as a way to sort of summon the pinks. It might also keep the pinks away because I don't know exactly how this works. I'll be honest. The card gods are fickle. And they don't really listen to me. Up to silver. Minds of Loria, your final opportunity. Ah! What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god. Incredible. Incredible. I can finally change my profile. It's true. And of course you got... Of course you got Bonk, which was made in Photoshop in the worst possible way by, I'm pretty sure it was Brack back in the day, like 4 years ago. Brack made this emote. Maybe it was Tub. I think it was Brack. Look at this incredible, cursed, terrible image. What a terrible thing to look at. And I love it. The Cars knew Mars started his job this week. It's true. Another prediction? Let's do it. It's so ass in the best way. It's the perfect level of ass for the horny people. What? Yeah, we got to do a couple more cards. Ikelos needs a card. Zuma. We got to get through all these people at least once. Thank you, Ryan, for doing what you promised. I promised. Did I promise? I'm glad it worked out. It really felt like it was out of my hands. Ryan, if I give you naming rights for my new Wi-Fi hookup, will you give me a free pack of cards? I have a question, Wampa. I have a question for you. Will you name it whatever I tell you? Handshake agreement? I give you a pack of cards, you name it whatever I tell you? I am going to need photo proof. You don't have to dox yourself, but I'm going to need, like, my iPhone is connected to this Wi-Fi named this. I'll post proof. Deal. Handshake deal. I'll give you a new pack of cards right now. Absolutely. 100%. I'm on it. Now I got to think about what to fucking name this shit. What are we naming it? What's the worst? Worst is probably not what we want to do. What do we want Wampa's neighbors to think about Wampa whenever they see the potential Wi-Fi options? They didn't say they were not going to change it immediately after deal goes through. That's okay. All I want, honestly, is the proof. Wampa has kids, pretty sure, so be careful. It's a great point. Wampa, vaguely, how old are your kids? They can't read yet. Yeah, let's go. We're good. We thought for a second we were in the red. We're back in the black, baby. Let's go. Sub to Little Indigestion on Twitch. Okay, chat. Now taking all taking all recommendations for Wi-Fi network names. There it is. There it is. And I was gonna say, don't let this give you guys some ideas on what to do in terms of what it will take for me to give you a free pack of cards. No, let it give you ideas. I'm absolutely willing to make this trade. I heart Vaporeon Uwu. I love the idea that Wampa sold their Wi-Fi name like a billboard spot. Definitely not a cult. My tummy hurts. My shits are running. Constipation connection. Let's see here. Hold up. Let me get a quick little trade in while I think about this. Cams wants to offer me a hero rookie. Good boy for a great treat race. That's pretty good. Let me take a quick look at my cards. I don't have a silver one. We'll take it. We'll take it. Okay. I like the idea of making it a billboard for Little Indigestion. But here's my next idea. Wampa, is there any is there an intellectual property that you hate? Like are you like Polly Pockets are the worst toy known to mankind. Hello Kitty. If I see it one more time, it's over. Paw Patrol #1 fan. Honestly, something like that. Yeah. Hey, yo, no Polly Pockets land. It's just a hypothetical. What's the least popular sports team in your area? Oh, we could go with like, yeah. If you live in Boston, it's like we go with Yankees. Labubu's, am I right? Baby Shark. Honestly, Fancy Nancy. I hate Fancy Nancy. Forgot to accept the trade. What's a Fancy Nancy? What the fuck is this? 2018 movie? It's a TV show. Fancy Nancy. Okay, and then how do we word it so that it is like, how do we word it so that it's like above and beyond I really love Fancy Nancy? It could be like I heart Fancy Nancy, right? It could be like Fancy Nancy's biggest fans. I'm imagining a person who Frosty Wampa really respects coming over for dinner, needing to download something or like needing to make a call and be like, "Hey, what's the Wi-Fi? The network I use for piracy?" I'm in Bengals territory. I don't know who their biggest rival is. Maybe it's the Chiefs. Fancy Nancy fan for life. Fancy Nancy Dancy Pantsy. Okay. I'm on board with Fancy Nancy fan for life because I think your neighbors will be Googling what it is. Fancy Nancy fanatic. Fancy Nancy fanatic. Too fancy, too Nancy. That's the sequel. Hi, Shammy. How's it going? Too fancy, too Nancy. Okay, chat, how do we think about Fancy Nancy fan for life? Fancy Nancy fan for life. I feel like it's Fancy Nancy fan club HQ. I feel like Fancy Nancy is, I think it's like worth the price of admission. You have to put Fancy Nancy in your Wi-Fi name. Everyone around you will be Googling what is Fancy Nancy, and they will be wondering, this is like a twisted version of a Disney adult. Being a Disney adult, fine. Being a fancy Nancy adult, Artifice says I was genuinely proud of mine. I feel sad that nobody appreciated the double meaning. Let me scroll up. Need more fiber. Is that a Wi-Fi and a shit joke? What if it's a link to a Fancy Nancy fan site? All right, Wampa. Fancy Nancy fan for life. I expect a screenshot in the Discord at some point. Pleasure doing business with you. Let's get some cards open. All right, I got a pack real quick. My dream here is that a neighbor starts a conversation with you. I have everything collected from season 1 and 2. Let's fucking go. Don't dox yourself. Yeah. Don't dox yourself. Don't post any like IP addresses or like locations or anything. Heartine headlights, tadpoles. Give me something good. Great treat race in gold. Hamilton the Boar. Come on. Meg rookie in white. Whew. Thought for a second we were gonna get rainbow. Imagine someone in chat sees it pop up in nearby networks. Hi Nick, how's it going? I'm so sorry, Wampa, K-Bell says. Freya! Second pack of the day. We're looking for anything that pays out the bluebies. This time it's going to work. H to tell your wife. Minecraft. Villager noises. Lost in the sauce. Fancy Nancy fan club for... Wait. Hamilton the Boar. Freya, it's your second opportunity to do it. It's your second opportunity to do it. 2 times, 1 day. Can you pay out the bluebies? God damn it. Congrats. It's a good card. It came at the exact wrong moment. Okay, let's get through Wampa's pack. And then we'll call it a day. It's a good card. 4 more packs. Rosie wants spiritually and card-wise some missing pieces. Compound interest is what we're looking for. Compound incest, as Mars called it. Hearthian headlights, tadpoles, a little compound. That was, in fact, a very slow and steady rate of growth. That was like a mutual fund. Ikelos, what you got? Justice for socks, my ass. Card gods. What's the opposite of compound interest? Flat interest? Not the opposite, but like what's the like slow and steady of interest? Making spaghetti. Marcus Everystar. Tadpoles. What a duo. Opposite is a market crash. Zuma, Hero and Kingsley rookies, and the full art biblically accurate. I can't comment on whether or not that exists or not. Rookie boys. 69, by the way. Mines of Loria. Simple interest is the other type. Fractional disinterest. War crimes. Little Minecraft villager. Do you have a list on your wall or something? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, now that's compound interest. That's just a little bit of building through the roof. All right, Wampa. You paid for it with your Wi-Fi code. Is a juicy fart too much to ask? You have 2 farts and a pink? Wait. Wampa's the one who has opened who had a beautiful track record. That's right. Wampa's the one who had a beautiful track record. Screenshot is in Discord. Oh my god. Oh my god. Amazing. We've really accomplished something today. I feel proud of what we've done. I feel like we've really accomplished something. I feel like we've really come a long way. Wampa was the one with a full art in the 4th slot. Was it a pink in the 4th slot and no, it was full art then pink, right? Yeah, it was the opposite order of what I thought it would be. Okay. What did you say you're looking for? I literally forgot once I saw this stuff. Is a juicy fart too much to ask? For you, it might be, honestly. You've got too much already. Ryan Rookie. Queen Meg. Final pack of the day. Hearthian Headlights. This one's for the... Say it with me now. This one's for the... Say it with me now. Final chance for the Bluebies to win. Let's go! Shit pack proposal. That one's for the fucking Bluebies. Let's go. First ever shit pack for you, right? Yeah. Wampa has literally done it all in like 4 packs. Shit pack, full art, pink. Amazing. Got every rarity. Oh no, I might have to commit murder to steal those cards. And all it cost me was my reputation. Do you live in a busy place, Wampa? Like, are you like, how many neighbors do you think can see your Wi-Fi? I should have considered this as part of the trade. How many people do you think can see your Wi-Fi password or your Wi-Fi name? All right, let's play some Satisfactory. Can't lie, I live out in the country. I think one neighbor can see my Wi-Fi, but we host people all the time and they'll need the name. Okay. Hey, listen. I made the deal. I'm happy with it. I feel good about it. Worth it. We'll always have that image proof, chat. Let me close some stuff on my computer so that my Satisfactory runs okay. Luke, when are you guys moving? When do you guys get the I'm sure it's maybe still in the works, the house stuff, but when do you guys get to move? When I call it pretty fly for a Wi-Fi. Let me just take a look and see if I can see any of my neighbor's Wi-Fi right now. God, I'm such a boomer. I accidentally just Googled Wi-Fi instead of finding my Wi-Fi. Instead of finding my Wi-Fi settings, why did I Google Wi-Fi? Shit. You got this, Peepaw? God damn it. Okay, I can see none of my neighbor's Wi-Fi, so. You did say you left your youth behind you yesterday? Yeah. It was crazy. I mean, yeah. That whole situation. Basically, I remember. Basically, a friend reminded me of a song that I loved when I was 20. And I was like, I haven't thought about the song in 10 years. That officially definitely makes me... I, like, have forgotten about it. And yet I loved it. I have a neighbor with a Wi-Fi named LeChonk Fans Only. Little did you know, they lost a bet with a streamer that they watch. Bye, Joyce. Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name's Ryan. We're back to Satisfactory. We're back. We have a problem, which is that computers are a problem for us right now. Our factory is completely sidelined by the lack of computers, which is related to a lack of plastic problem, but we have to figure it out today. And I did do a little bit of building off camera between yesterday and today. The only thing I did is I added a couple floors to our bus, and I added quick wire to our dimensional depot because I had accidentally broken it down over here. I deleted our quick wire production, and there was no dimensional depot. So I added a dimensional depot over there. I added a couple floors to our factory. We need to figure out the computers thing. It has been happening as a lack of plastic, and we spent most of yesterday trying to fix that. Yeah. Are we any closer to fixing it? I'm not sure. I do think that we now will have enough plastic coming in to get a full belt of plastic happening generally, but I still don't know if that's going to make enough computers, etc. By the way, Ryan, I have to ask, in episode 36 of Hollow Knight, you claim that Meg has stinky feet. What do you have to say to defend yourself? I have a question for you, Katilla. Do you think my love for Megan is greater if I love her despite the fact that she has stinky feet? Or if she does not have stinky feet and I would not love her if she did? I would argue my love for Megan is greater because she has stinky feet and I love her anyways. Also, I don't believe in, like, lying as a son. Like, if I lied to you about her stinky feet, would that be a better sign of love? Like, no, I don't think that's a better sign of loving her anyways. I thought you were about to say because, not despite. Clickbait title of today's video: I'm sexually attracted to my wife's stinky feet. You could just not mention her feet. It's been 6 years of streaming. The shit I've said in the last 6 years. Okay, let's do it. Let's pause stream. Let's drag up all of 6 years of stuff that I've said, and let's take me to court for all of it. Let's put me to task for all of it. Perfect. That is now a quote on stream. I do love that. Okay, my first thought is this. Let's check and see if we have a alternate. We do have one that does not take. Okay, so this could help. This could really help. Does not take plastic. 16 to 1 for plastic is just going to be a pain in the ass. I mean, 6 to 1 for rubber, 4 to 1 for circuit boards, which is the same. I wonder if we could do just another build on the same thing. What did I come into? That sounds like a personal question. I don't know. That's up to you and what you do in your free time. Oh, what conversation did you wander into? That's a different question, I guess. My wife, like any and all humans, potentially sometimes has feet that are a little stinky. I think that's normal. I think that's good. I don't think it's hot, despite what that quote right there said. I have an idea here. What if we did a little something like this? Computers round 2. Is that lined up? I think that is. And now we use the other recipe. I think this could work. Ryan, I decided not to make that joke. Then you did anyways. What can I say? People who boulder can relate. Ikelos, how stinky are your bouldering shoes? they've got to be like radioactive stinky, right? Normalize body odor. Also normalize hygiene, but normalize body odor. It could be stinky because they are hot, though. Just the weather. They could be stinky because they're hot. They could be stinky because bodies stink. Bodies smell. Bodies produce smell. They produce odor. We're not like, you know, in the coming years when the robots take over, there's going to be stinky thinking animal bodies, and then there's going to be robot bodies. I want a stinky animal body. Extremely stinky. They're vegan shoes. Somehow they are way worse for it. Really? Wow. Also, when you say vegan shoes, what is the material they're using for the shoes? We're too far into the game. I don't want to spoil it for myself. Sounds good, Squirrel Bait. Thanks for dropping in. Good luck. Stay safe. Thank you. We must equip robots with olfactory receptors and a disgust response. And frankly, olfactory producers, right? I think robots should smell too. I think if you get to have the beauty, you know, if you get to have the benefits of having consciousness, you should have to suffer through having a body. That's how I feel. You know? Okay, so we need cable, circuit boards, which I know we are suffering on. That's okay, though. We can just do a little bit of this right here. So, a little bit of that. Conveyor splitter going this way. What I like about this whole setup is that it will use both plastic and rubber. I worry that we're going to have enough circuit boards, but this will use both plastic and rubber to solve our problem of not having enough computers, which is good because that means I don't just have to go make more of plastic. Which is literally what I did yesterday. Making a machine to suffer sounds like planting the seeds of an uprising. Aculos says, I don't know what my vegan shoes are made of. It just said vegan, and I didn't want an animal to suffer for the making of my shoes. I respect it. I respect it hardcore. I'd prefer not to have a body. I prefer just to be a brain. But philosophically speaking, since my body has my brain, doesn't my body make me me? Would I be me as a ghost? That's a super interesting question. The only thing I know about this conversation is what I feel, which is most certainly not what everyone or even most people feel. Did I not work that? Nope. Insert the Warhammer quote about the weakness of flesh. I'm having an issue where my This is so weird. Oh, it's because I'm putting a merger. Why am I putting a merger? I need a splitter. Why was I trying to put a merger right there? I need more caffeine. I think there are some metaphysical uncertainties that keep us from knowing whether a brainless you can exist. Brainless or bodiless? I personally get so much meaning from... So this is all just very, very personally. But very personally, I get so much added dimension to my life from not just being a thinker, not just being a brain, a thing that... Like, to me, like, the dimensions of my being. This is all gonna sound just so fucking over the top, but welcome to the little indigestion stream, I guess. For me personally, and my, like, sense of identity, or, like, sense of who I am, I think it's very easy to be, and I think pretty young, I could recognize that who I was, to some degree, what I was thinking. I think it's really easy to tie your identity or your sense of self to the set of one after the other thoughts that are kind of looping through your brain moment to moment constantly. So there's that. There's the, like, processing what is happening around me and thinking about it. There's the thinking about it part. I think there's also just the sensing part of it. I think there's the, like when I'm looking at a bus and thinking whatever thought I'm thinking, is that bus gonna change lanes, or am I good to stay right here when I'm driving? That's the thinking part of my brain. There's the sensing part of my brain, which is just like yellow, school bus. Vibration of the road, vibration of the wheel. I hear this noise back there. There's that, which is maybe on a, like, more base level. I think it's really easy to tie your identity to the, like, the thinking part. I also personally have just gotten... I love Satisfactory streams. We just talk existential shit, and I pop out chat, hide the video, and enjoy my interactive podcast. I love that, Luke. Either that or body fluids. Does that experience vary for people who don't have an internal monologue? I think that experience varies for a lot of... I think that experience varies on about 17 million different spectrums constantly, right? So there's, on the one hand, there's who I am, which is like... On the one hand, who I am consists of, like, the literal thought that is running through my brain at this exact moment. There is the what I am sensing at this exact moment. There's also just, like, the genetic makeup of who I am predisposed to be. Like, there have been years in my life when my depression was hella active or my anxiety was hella active. And I'll tell you what, mostly who I felt I was fucking depressed. I didn't really particularly feel like I was Ryan Redacted, husband of Megan, father of Elle, son of etc. Mostly I felt like I was fucking depressed. Billboard shouts, depressed, depressed. And that was both the thought that was currently running through my head. It was also the feeling I was currently feeling in that moment. But it was also just like the way my body was waking up that morning, whether or not I decided to. But also, so that's like the genetic / like chemical part of me, right? But then there's like the epigenetic part of me, right? Epigenetics, my understanding is like, genetics is interesting because epigenetics is the fact that we aren't just born with our DNA and the way those genes are, what's the right word? It's not triggered or activated. It's like the way those genes are, maybe it's activated. There's the way that like your body turns on or turns expressed. Thank you. Expressed is the word. The way your body expresses those genes. And the way that the body expresses those genes can change over time. Like, you are neither your genetics nor your environment. Your environment is affecting your genetics. Your genetics is affecting what's going on around you. And the moment I realized that, it's all over. It's all fucking over. It's all a complex spider web of causality that I'm at the center of, confused, trying to figure it out. Is that a fact? I'll give you a very easy example. So from running, for instance. So first off, not an epigenetics expert, not a genetics expert. Certainly not an expert, but I do care a lot about determinism, and I do care a lot about this kind of thing. So I've done at least a little bit of research, but I'm not an expert. Don't trust anything I say here. But on the field of running, which I do know a little bit more about. So you've heard these like this distinction, right, about whether or not you're born with slow twitch or fast twitch muscle fibers. It is largely a genetically determined way that your muscles are built up. There are types of muscle fibers. Your fibers either are fast twitch or slow twitch. What balance you have of those largely determines whether or not you will be better at running faster, running slower, etc., right? Except the fact is that you are born with a mix of those, but then your muscle composition changes a lot based on your environment and what you do to those muscles. So like your DNA largely, I think, stays the same, although mutations, etc. The DNA changes the same. The way those genes are expressed, the things that turn on and turn off, is affected by what you do to it. You can largely, in major ways, train your body's composition on slow twitch or fast twitch muscle fibers. Does slow twitch or fast twitch fibers affect streaming on Twitch? I got that fast twitch fiber so that I could stream without losing internet. Some have fast twitch, others slow twitch. A rare few stream on Twitch. Hi, Bobby. How's it going? Now, like I said, I am not the expert here, but my understanding is that type of stuff is happening constantly across your entire genetic, your entire like genetic makeup, like related to your body, sure, but also related to your brain chemistry, related to a million things. Maybe our next book club book can be a book on this topic. That'd be great. Why is it not straight? I'm trying to work on the syllabus and schedule. My brain is breaking hearing this conversation. Okay, so that's cables, and then we need... Wait, did I do the wrong one? I did the wrong one. Shit. This needs to be the other computer. It doesn't need cable. Fuck. Quick wire and rubber. I messed up. Chat. It sounds like if I change this recipe, it actually puts the cable back in my inventory, though, which is nice. I don't know. I find that super interesting. And I think, like, epigenetics is limited, right? But, like you're not going to, like, entirely rewrite who you are, genetically speaking, by what you choose to help your body express in terms of genes. But you also, like, aren't as... You may not be as genetically, like, predetermined as you know, as we were being fed to believe in, like, the late 90s. Do we have any genetic experts in chat? Nah, but I'm sure somebody can Google it. I'm sure Wikipedia has lots to say. Okay, I need plastic and I need, I need rubber and I need quick wire. Sounds like you would like metaphysical SCPs if that stuff interests you. What is a SCP? I will be honest that metaphysical is not a word that turns me on generally. I don't know if we put Caterium on the bus. I think, or sorry, Quickwire. I think we just have Caterium. Oh my God, 2 back-to-back comments. I have a genetic expert with me. It's called ChatGPT. Let me ask ChatGPT. It'll definitely be correct. JK, I would never. I'm a genetics expert as long as I'm allowed to phone a friend. Is that? That's funny. Hold up, let me go. I'm a genetic expert as long as I can just read the first paragraph of epigenetics on Wikipedia. Epigenetics is the study of changes in gene expression that occur without altering the DNA sequence. Okay, I think I pretty much nailed the like mechanism of it without half the science words. Yeah. I definitely nailed it. I definitely didn't get anything wrong. I definitely explained it like a 3rd grader explaining it, but... Okay, we need rubber. And then we need... I swear we don't have... I think we just need Caterium. I'm a genetic expert because one time in high school, my teacher turned our lesson about genetics into a let's discuss Carly's medical history as an example of genetics. Fucking yikes. Anyways, all of this was okay to bring this back to the original conversation. I'm very, very interested in the idea of like determinism, like free will, identity, as that all relates to identity. Like I personally am very interested in, and by interested I mean like my mental health is very affected by the idea of whether or not like I'm really making decisions about about my life and what I want to do with it, or whether or not those decisions are in some way, shape, or form just affected by the genes I was born with, the environment I was born into, the illusion of free will, etc. Right? Okay, that's Caterium. You can do the same with rubber. So in some way, I would say who I am. Am I a brain inside of a meat sack? Probably. I think I'm also probably in some way an accumulation of the choices I have made over the course of my life. The problem is some of those choices might be more or less free will-ish than I would like to think. You know? Put rubber there. Not straight. All of a sudden, curve looks better than straight, which is crazy. Half the time. Hi, Sappho Toast. How's it going? Just a little deterministic conversation on Satisfactory. I believe in free will and identity can change. I would never let my DNA or genetics limit me unless it's a disease or anything like that. But I was just wondering if DNA could actually mutate in a lifetime, not counting damaging it with radiation. The thing we were talking about with epigenetics is not that DNA mutates. It's that the way the gene is expressed, it changes. So your DNA stays the same. The expression, so your DNA needs to get read and then turned into like biochemical, for lack of a better words, like decisions. Or like, I don't know, lack of a better word, decisions. So the way that the novel that is your DNA string, that gets read in different ways, gets expressed in different ways. So it's not that the like series of nucleotides change. It's that the series of nucleotides results in a different product in your body. So there isn't the human genome, my understanding is the human genome is so fucking complicated in terms of like, there's not like this section tells you have 80% slow twitch muscles. You will be a better distance runner than you will be a sprinter. It says across a million different parts of this enormous genome, this means you may have more likely to be, you know.
Just stopping in to drop off my sub.
Oh, hey.
I've been enjoying the Dredge VODs Leland Heart.
Oh, I fucked up, Chad. I fucked up again. I'm too distracted by epigenetics. A great problem to have. I'm too distracted. Aaliyah, thanks so much for the sub. Holy shit. 20 months, by the way. That's crazy. That's amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I put Caterium instead of Quickwire. God damn it. So basically, it's like the way you get to that, what percentage of your quadricep is slow twitch or fast twitch, is a mixture of a million different places on your, or 1,000 different places on your human genome, on your specific DNA strand, that because of the availability of proteins or the deterioration of muscle mass or a million other things that I don't exactly understand very well, those things change and get read differently. Okay, so how am I going to do this? Speaking of expressing, how are heroes' anal glands? How are heroes' anal glands? Okay, back to mowing. Incredible, incredible. Incredible comment. I don't know about his anal glands. I haven't asked. Asked. I haven't asked. Okay, so we should actually just tear this shit down. Try again, people. Thanks, Carly. I can't speak today, apparently. Anal glads. Chat, do you believe in free will? You can answer this with whatever level of earnestness you'd like to. I'm cool with whatever you feel comfortable with. If the question makes you laugh, that's okay. I'm cool with that. Yes, no, yeah, probably. What would there be if there were no free will? The illusion of free will is, I think, what a lot of people... Like, Formy says no. If you want to, Formy, feel free to explain yourself. I would guess Formy believes in the illusion of free will. The idea that, like, people think that they are in control of something when they are, in fact, by some nature of their genetics, environment, not actually choosing. That the reason they like Katy Perry songs is not because something in Katy Perry speaks to them, but that pop music is mathematics that works upon your eardrums and your human desire to move your body in a way that is beyond your control. I feel like the way I would put it for me personally is I believe in Free Willy. Tony's killing it. Tony with mowing. He's just like, I can only slip in one 6-word comment every once in a while. I got to make it a good one. I believe in free will and predestination. We all live in a simulation and have no free will, JK. I think the way I feel is mostly... I don't think I'd call it free will because that's such a religious connotation, but I believe everyone does whatever they want for sure. Why did I do that again? I did a merger again. I think this will be fine. I think this will be plenty. I feel like the way I feel is generally a couple things. One, I hear the arguments about lack of free will. And I don't think that believing those arguments is particularly productive on a personal or like societal civil level. Not to mention not particularly appealing to me or like seeming like they just don't particularly like convince me. Ryan, you decided to become a streamer named Little Indigestion. I have to believe there's free will, or else whatever the fuck happened to get you there is disastrous. Evo so quickly typed post on that one. God damn it, Evo. Listen, Mars, the funny thing is, you're exactly fucking right. You're exactly fucking right. You're exactly fucking right. Because what is naming my channel Little Indigestion other than an absolute just use of terrible free will? Abso-fucking-lutely. You're so right. It's just one of those, like, sometimes you make a decision in your life, not because it's a good one, but because you have the ability to make it incorrectly, right? Sometimes you make a decision not because, yes, this is the best decision. No, you go, what is the purpose of me living on this earth, being encased in this meat sack, having this fucking calculating enemy inside of my skull for, other than making a decision I will later regret? You think this world can't produce a streamer called Little Indigestion on their own? On its own, sorry. Is this like the same argument as saying, are we living in a simulation? We'll never know. There's no reason to argue for or against it. It maybe is or maybe isn't. Doesn't affect the rest of your life either way. I think it's similar. I do think the thing about the simulation thing, I think it's definitely related. Especially from the like utility of the conversation point, where it's like, I don't really know if we do or if we don't. You should probably still act as if we live in a non-simulation, because the risk of living otherwise is very high. I will agree that my belief in determinism is in no way helpful in my life. Here's how I mostly land on it, is I think we probably, very likely, have free will. I think we struggle to understand in what ways we do. I think we struggle to understand and probably will never understand in what ways we do or do not, we are or are not limited in our free will. You know? I think it's like is my favorite soda Coke because I like the taste of it better, or because of 80 years, how long has Coke been around? 80 years of marketing and brand management and consumer satisfaction testing that has led to a world in which me liking Coke is a fiction that I can tell myself and feel happy about it. Right? I think I like it. And probably on the question of whether or not I actually like Coke or Pepsi better, you know? Because if I'm being absolutely 100% fucking honest with you, I like the marketing of Coke way better than I like the marketing of Pepsi. In an alternate universe where when those marketings, where that marketing was switched and they were just named other things, would I still have arrived at a love for Pepsi? I don't know. Sorry, would I still have arrived at a love for Coke, except it would be called Pepsi? I don't know, but I do know that on this particular topic, spending a ton of brain energy on the question of whether or not I have free will, probably not useful. Now, on the question of like, am I determined, am I predetermined to become the same type of parent as my parents were? To my future, to my kid. Very interested in that conversation from a topic of free will. It's on my mind about every fucking day of my life, and I will be spending the brain energy to think that one through. Absolutely. Absolutely, I will be. I made a joke the other day. I went, oh no. I made the joke. I laughed at the joke. And then I panicked because I thought, oh no, 100% my dad has made that exact same joke before. In what other ways am I more like my dad than I would ever have admitted in the past? Oh, fuck. Interesting question I thought I could easily answer. I definitely feel like I have control over the decisions I make now more than ever as a person who has recently come out of a high-control religious group where manipulation ran rampant. But I can see where this can get really deep. Marsh says there's some The Good Place episodes. There is a The Good Place episode on the topic of free will that I probably missed because I stopped watching it. All right, so that'll produce more computers, ideally. We're going to need more circuit boards to match that. Let's go check on that. The Coke comment points at the core of free will argument. I do not believe free will can exist, as your choices and actions are guaranteed to be impacted by prior cause or events. But are they guaranteed to be controlled for me? I don't think anyone is saying I exist entirely free of the impact of prior causes and events. But I think the argument for free will is not that I am entirely free of those impacts, but that I still have some amount of choice. I don't think anybody, I mean, there probably is somebody. Of course, now we're doing the philosophical thing where we're saying, what is the definition of free will? Does it mean I have some control over my outcomes, or does it mean I have complete control over my outcomes? Yeah, for sure. But would you feel comfortable saying that, like, you have any amount of free will for me? Because then I would say that you believe in free will. Maybe not as you define it, but I believe you and I see way more eye to eye than otherwise. Okay, Tony did stop mowing to write a very sweet comment. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate you. I hope so. I fucking hope so. I chafe at the word controlled because it implies intention. Oh, I like that. I like that. Circuit boards. Free will that I can choose Coke or Pepsi? Sure. Well, then maybe we disagree with each other more than I think, because I don't know that I can choose Coke or Pepsi. I think, okay, if you had to put a number on it, chat. Okay, let's start from this. Let's use Coke and Pepsi. Let's use Coke and Pepsi. In an alternate world where Coke was named Pepsi and Pepsi was named Coke, and their marketing had completely flip-flopped. Pepsi, the drink that you currently know as Coke is actually being sold in a blue can with 5 letters with a red and blue Pokeball thing. In the alternate world, why in the chat, if you would still pick, yes in the chat, if you would still pick the same tasting drink, or in the chat if you're not sure. What does the marketing have to do with it? Why same taste? No idea. Most likely. I think most likely is probably about the most confident you could get. Marketing is powerful. Depends if there's rum in it. Marketing is so powerful. Marketing is fucking huge. The color of the can alone. Let's ignore the name. Let's ignore the polar bears popping a cold one on the North Pole. The family of bears. Let's ignore the old antique trucks, the plastic cups at ball games. I think if you feel 100% certain that you would find your love for the correct drink despite the alternate universe marketing, then you believe more in free will than I do. Or you believe less in marketing. It's one of the two. It's one of the two. It's you either believe less in marketing or more in free will than I do. I highly doubt my ability in that other world to 100% certainly guarantee that I like Coke more than Pepsi. Because half of my love of Coke, maybe 60%, maybe 80%, the problem is whatever number I put on it is not the full understanding of the situation. Whatever number I put on why I love Coke is the taste. 60%, 20%. I can't know because those are things happening before they get to my conscious brain, which is only really parsing a tiny part of the reality. All right, what's the problem? Oh, these are also plastic. Oh boy. And there's not a lot of plastic on the belt. No one's purchasing a Labubu through free will. I guess I don't think being influenced by the world means I don't have free will. Yeah, I agree. The thing with free will that I struggle with is that I think generally most of us, most of the time, are failing through no fault of our own to understand where the limit of my free will ends and the start of the influence of factors outside of my control underneath the radar begin. You know? Maybe it's also because you all have way more advertisement. It's such a culture thing in America. The biggest sport event is basically, have you seen the advertisement in the break? In Europe, it's not that way. But did your family grow up drinking one or the other, Ikilos? Did your friend in elementary school drink one or the other and have a preference for one or the other? Coke and Pepsi might be the absolute wrong way to talk to Europeans about this. But, like, there's a reason so much fucking money is thrown into marketing. There's a reason marketing is, like, an enormous... There's a reason advertisements are enormous. They're worth, millions of dollars. Like, this shit works. This shit 100% works. Every YouTube video, every podcast, every social media scroll, etc. I don't know how to translate it. I'd be interested in what a European version of this would be. Because I don't think it's... Coke and Pepsi isn't the same in Europe. That's probably true. I think it's probably Perrier versus this whatever thing. Brands of tea in the UK. Does that make it more of a question of how much of your decisions are made consciously versus unconsciously? I think that's the next frontier of this conversation, right? Of the one we're having right now. Let's go check on the plastic again. Is like one other thought. Circuit boards. We probably ought to be making fucking silicon circuit boards. Holy shit. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, front seat satisfactory question. Is plastic one of the late game resources you most need? For you personally, yes or no? Front seat question. No, interesting. Because right now I'm suffering for it, but I do have 2 alternate recipes which I probably should be using. Let's go check on plastic. There's none here. That's plastic train. Perfect. Let's see how much is on it. In which save? It's the same fucking amount. How can that possibly be the exact same amount? I'm gonna lose my brain. In fact, it's a little less. It's 805. Oh my fucking god! I'm gonna lose my mind. How can you lose something you never had? Sorry, we only have Pepsi. Is that okay? Poor Pepsi. I don't know what to do about this. Mostly I want to talk about free will, and I'm going to lose my mind because instead I got to figure out this circuit board situation. This is not bad, but it is a decent amount of copper. But it's 11 to 5, so that's basically... That's 22 copper to 5 circuit boards, whereas this is... 22 to 5 is like 4.1. Is that right? 4.4. This is 4 to 1. This is 4.4 to 1. So a little bit more copper, but you get to use silica, which is way better. We have silica on the bus, right? Sure we do. Ryan doesn't have the free will to talk about free will. What percentage? Oh, man. This is the other I was going to ask the question, what percentage of your daily decisions do you think you're fully in charge of? But it's kind of a useless question to ask because of how wildly, how like we need to define each of those terms, and how frankly, if I were to ask myself the question, what percentage of your daily decisions do you feel 100% in control of? My answer would be 0, despite the fact that I utterly believe in free will. Because I don't think I'm ever 100% in control of any of my decisions. Does in control mean I am... To me, in control would mean I'm able to parse how the last 32 years of subliminal marketing, of brand loyalty, of what my environment versus what my my hopes for my life versus what other people hope for my life. I would be able to parse in what way each of those individual factors affects my decision making. And I cannot, because I can't hold all of that in my head at any time. What I can hold in my head at any time, and what is really useful for my brain to hold in my head at any time. Your brain really wants to believe it's in control. Your brain really, really wants it is a decision-making, category-making, computer-like thing. It's not a computer, but it really likes to say, I have my hands on the keyboard. It obviously behooves your brain to say, I'm in control of this decision. I'll take a Coke instead of a Pepsi. Is it possible that your brain is at all there ignoring outside effects and overplaying your own role in your decision making? Probably. I think it's really likely. In the same way that we're all because it is very useful for us to believe that. Absolutely. It would be paralyzing and depressing and a lot of other things to have to think through every one of those things and weigh the effects of, well, my mom did say when I was 4 years old. Or what do I not remember my mom saying when I was 4 years old? Let's go with decision makings that are way more important than Coke or Pepsi. Okay, let's do this. I wrote a paper when I was 10 years old, when I was 12 years old, about what I wanted in my future wife. How in charge do you think I was when I was 12? I wrote a paper for school. When I get married, this is what I want in my wife. This is who I am looking for. This is who I would like to marry. On a scale of 0 to 100%, how in charge of the decisions in that paper do you think I was? Who does that? All of the kids in my school, because that was our assignment. Welcome to religious, conservative, middle of nowhere, Indiana. How in charge of the things on that list do you think I was? 0 to 100%. Because I think childhood and maturity is another part of this conversation that we haven't touched on yet. Did you show it to Meg and what she checks off? Luke, I swear to you, I talked about it in my vows. My vows on the day we got married, I wrote about that paper. I in front of the gathered loved ones on our wedding day, I talked about that paper. Pastor says 0%. Hitila says 0%, but also 100%. Ikula says 5%. You are a child. What about if I was 16? Would that change the number? I think it would, right? I agree with you that it probably around 5%, maybe 10%. But at 16, is it 20%? Is it 50? Okay, what about being 20? When I was 20, I dated Meg for the first time. If I'd have written the same paper, which I didn't, would I have been 100% in charge of what I wrote in what I was looking for a partner? I don't think I would have. I think I might have been 70% if we're being generous. Maybe 80. Never 100%. I agree with you. Never 100%. Because who I want in a romantic partner is... K-Bell says it's always 0%. Of course, because it is a whole lifetime of Disney movies and the church I grew up in telling me what the roles of a husband and a wife are, and my parents exhibiting for me what a marriage could be, or frankly, in one way, shouldn't be. It's those things which are obvious and are the type of shit you say out loud and write papers about and make movies about. And it's also 32 years of subconscious shit that's happening way underneath the surface there that, frankly, I cannot remember nor parse. And yet, at the end of this conversation, I believe with my entire heart that I chose to marry Meg, and I chose exactly who I wanted in a partner. And so if it's not 100%, and it might be 0%, but I don't believe it is, where are we? What the fuck are we doing here? I'm having an existential fucking freak out. Congrats to Bobby. Enjoy the sub. And this is the most important decision I ever made in my entire fucking life. Marrying Megan. I don't know. Ah! For those of you wondering, my 12-year-old paper said I wanted to marry a good Christian woman, and I thought she should be kind and also interesting to talk to. In my vows, I talked about how I was wrong on some notes about what I wanted as a 12-year-old, but I was right on one note, which is that the most important thing about Megan and I's relationship is that I felt like we were in one long conversation that I hoped would never end, and that I was confident would only stay this interesting forever. And that maybe the most important thing I needed in a partner was just somebody I felt like I could talk to forever. Aw, thanks. I think I have 100% control over the making of the choice. However, things outside me affect the reasons I make the choices that I make. Is that 100% though? Here and I have literally sat and talked about this topic for hours. This is one of those good take an edible and lose your mind conversations for like 3 hours. Okay, speaking of, where do I build more circuit boards? I could technically build them over there. I don't really think I have room here to build them. I think I should build them over here. I already have something built over here. Shit. But I think they're needed right here. I think this is circuit boards right here. Shit. We have a fucking problem, guys. Copper is not the problem on circuit boards, that's for sure. You can check that off. Our plastic production is just not good enough. This is stators. Do I have room right here to add more? I guess I could. I don't know, man. I do love conversations like this. I really, really love it. Ryan, do you think you can be influenced? Sorry, I gotta scroll up. Do you not think you can be influenced to make a decision, everything in your life point you to that decision, and then you can choose a different one, your decision being impacted by other factors isn't the same as being in control of making the decision? No. I don't know. I think that's really interesting. I think that's a really interesting question. So Mars is basically asking, do you think, sort of, gun to your head, everything in your entire life has led you to make one decision, to decide A, and something in you decides to think B. I think, Mars, my take is honestly, okay, if the question is, do you not think if everything in your life influenced you, pointed you, pressured you to choose A, do you not think in the moment you still have the power to choose B? I think 1, depends on the question in a lot of ways. 2, my problem is not... So, my problem with the premise is this. I don't know that we ever accurately track what is influencing us. I don't think we can ever accurately track the full summation of what is or is not influencing us and to what degree they are doing it. I know that's a cop-out, but in the hypothetical situation where I believed everything was pointing me to A and I somehow chose B, I sincerely believe I lack the ability to tell what is actually influencing me towards A and what might actually be influencing me towards B. You know? Because the other part of this, too, is that, like, I don't think we are... Okay, let me see if I can explain this. My experience of being a human is that I am, in any moment, mostly... I'm a train running on a track of past decisions I've made where I do believe I have made decisions, right? And the train that I am is like... that's not even a good example. I have these, like, narratives about who I am as a person, right? I like to think I'm thoughtful, for one example. I have these narratives, and there's more examples than we could count here and more examples than are interested to get into. But aren't those narratives that I've been sort of telling about myself one of the influences? Like, I think it's, like, basically I think it's so, like, what's that thing called? Like a Geordian knot? I think it's so Geordian knot that I really struggle to think, that I really struggle to point to the place where, yes, I'm making a decision. Hi, Forest of Many, how's it going? I really struggle to point to the position and be like, that's a place where I 100% made a decision against all of my influences. I can't see a place in my life where I was like, yeah, nothing influenced me that direction. And that doesn't mean, importantly, that does not mean that I think... Wait, could you guys see that? Did you guys see the Geordian knot thing I just brought up on stream? Yes or no? No? Fuck. Okay, well then nothing I just said makes any sense because I wasn't showing you the visual. My bad. I thought I had the stream on. I thought I had a different screen on. I can't point to a place in my life where I am sure that I made a decision despite all influences. That does not mean I don't think I have free will. Of course I think I have... not of course. I do believe I have free will. The freeness of my will, I think, is a mystery to me. The lack of freeness of my will is mostly a mystery to me. And I sort of land in the end in a place where I think I must act as if I am a deciding agent in almost every way. I must criticize constantly why I may or may not feel the way I feel. Am I being influenced? What am I being influenced by? To me, the most meaningful way to get through this is not to decide free will, to decide determinism. It is to constantly critique what may or may not be pushing me towards believing that. Do I want to believe in determinism because I want to be absolved of any moral responsibility? Do I want to believe in free will because I want to feel important? Yes, to both. What's a freeness, Mars? I just don't understand the argument that influence overpowers free will, personally. I don't understand the argument that influence overpowers free will, honestly. I think marketing is the argument, right? I think marketing is the argument. If people were spending their money picking in a constant million, 100 million ways, based purely on free will, I think economics would look a lot different. I also don't think, like, I don't believe in determinism because I want to. I would say generally, somebody asked earlier, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being determinist, 0 being free will, maybe it was the other way around. 10 being determinist, 0 being free will, where do you find yourself? I'm like a 4. I'm terrified of the idea that it might be a little more 6 than 4. I'm more on the side of free will. I go around every single day sweating about the decisions I am making. Sweating. Constantly. Anxious as hell about the decisions I'm making because I think they may be the wrong ones. And of course I believe in the importance of which decision I make. Yeah, absolutely. But I will say, why do I feel pulled by determinism? Frankly, because of a family history of, this is just going to get like slightly real and slightly corny for 2 seconds. A family history of both alcoholism and mental health problems that I see tracing itself through my veins in ways that I don't love, am scared of, am terrified of. Like, just to reiterate, am scared of. Chalk another point up for determinism on the front of, if you've ever lived in your brain and not felt like you were the one in charge of where it goes, I've had years like that, and I don't particularly feel like that made me walk out the other end and be like, free will. I walked out of that being like, I'm in the driver's seat of a to use a metaphor I used earlier. I'm in the driver's seat of a train, but the railroads have already been like the tracks have been laid. Maybe I'm making decisions occasionally, but I'm not driving a car over a blank parking lot choosing where to turn the wheel. I'm maybe, if I'm lucky, getting to make decisions, but the rails are pointing me in certain directions. Yeah. I think I land on the side of free will. I think I'm probably, as the last hour has shown, more vocally questioning of that free will than maybe the average person. I don't know that that means that I'm right. I think that means that I'm scared. That's how I feel about this. I don't know that I'm right. I know that I'm scared. That's kind of how I feel. Please don't drop me into the ocean. Does that make any sense? I don't know that it does. I also don't know that it answers your question. I'd like to think that in an alternate universe, there's another me taking the other choice than the other one I'm taking right now. And that pleases me. See, it pleases you? So that's funny to me. I thought you were going to say that it terrifies you. If there's another you in an alternate universe where everything else is the same, and they choose the different thing, is that a sign that you have free will? Or is that a sign that things are random? It's probably a sign that you have free will. I'm having complex feelings about my job and how self-determination is literally the main reason I got into this field and wrote about it in my essays, and how disabled kids who can't communicate can't tell us what they want. I don't know how to phrase it, though. Even if they are influenced, they should still be able to make a choice and tell us that choice. Wait, there was a question at the start of this? No, I probably just decided to rant. I don't know. You know what? You know a book I'm really, really interested to read? This is not a real book. This is me saying, hypothetically, I would be very interested in reading a book that did this. I'd be really, really interested in... I think, honestly, a lot of my like skewing towards determinism does come from both seeing and... So seeing addiction in people close to me and experiencing mental health personally and in people close to me. I'd be super interested in a book that was a little bit more philosophical, a little bit more scientific. That's a word. On those two particular topics. Mental health and addiction. And questions of like determinism, free will, nature versus nurture. You know? All I know is that this conversation has caused me to do absolutely nothing at work for the last hour. You and me both, but you have a real job. I also say I am so appreciative of us being able to have this conversation. This is the shit I live for, truly. This is like... These conversations... It's not that they're fun for me. They are. But it's that they are like... the substance of life for me. Like, they are the most interesting thing for me. Let's go curve, I guess. Let's go merger. Sorry, it's not that they're interesting, it's that they are like... They're like sustenance. That's the word I should use. They're like sustenance for me. I feel like conversations like this are the like... Like, what's the point of consciousness if you can't have conversations like this, is more how I feel. Mars has to go because there's a big issue in my syllabus. You got this, Mars. Get out of here. I promise I'll talk about less interesting stuff while you're gone. Shout out to the most thoughtful community on the internet. That's you guys. Do I believe in free will? I don't know. I played Soma last year, man. Probably not. Foster says there's good games that talk about free will and determination and determinism. What are some of the games you'd recommend on that topic? Soma? Hi, Lost Kid. How's it going? Hello, hello, hello. How far have we strayed? No, people, we only serve the Overlord L. Get it right. Get it twisted. The point of consciousness is this and petting dogs. Definitely petting dogs. Maybe this. I don't know. Do you feel comforted by conversations like this, or do they freak you out? Personally. No wrong answer here. Truly. Obviously. I did the thing again. These need to be copper sheet. Also, didn't I build a fucking blueprint for this? 2-ingredient assembler. I did. But now I have to build it differently. I find them deeply stressful. I got that vibe from you, Carly. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for sure. They make me anxious. I'm sorry, Evo. Stanley Parable? Yeah, true. Kind of both, especially as a person who participates in a religion, for sure. Me and Evo united in anxiety. So how many copper sheets is this? 27.5 per minute. This is one of those places where I think I just make them from using power shards. 27.5 per minute. Meaning I need one machine and I need it to be like... overclocked to hell. That's a constructor. That's just 20. We need 30, right? That's only 25? That's not good. What are the odds we have a copper sheet? Probably 0. Alternate recipe. Okay, we're just going to rescan this one. Nope, fuck. I pretty much come to the Satisfactory streams for the chat because I truly have no clue what's happening in the game. My cat has free will. She uses it to coerce me. Oh. Well, this is a very unsatisfying... If I use summer sloops, it's just like... fucking... the least useful thing in the world to use summer sloops on. I made it 10 per minute. This is wildly not useful. One power shard puts 15, right? I could do 2 per. It's just ugly as hell. Okay, I guess we gotta redesign it. Did you make the announcement already? For next week? Check the pinned comment. So we are, and I'll talk about it too. We're going to do Pokemon Week next week on stream. We're going to do 1 week of trying to beat that Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke that we were doing. Except we're going to kind of raise the stakes a little bit too. And people will be banned for the entire week if your Pokemon gets picked. We're going to see if we can get it done in 1 week. There'll be decorations, costumes. A costume. Schedule my old change for next week, then I realized it was during stream. Don't worry. All you have to do is get selected as a Pokemon, get banned, and then you'll be good. Then you won't be able to... Just kidding. Will it be a new game? No, I'm gonna continue the same save. I think we can probably get it done in a week that way. I'm not sure though. Chat, is there a way to like click and drag? Front seat question. Click and drag buildings? I don't think there is. I think I've asked this before. Front seat question. No. Have you ever heard of a Soul Link? I don't know what that is. So no. There'll be day streams unless we have to stream in the evening because we're not going to make it. Hi, Cassie. How's it going? I don't know what I just did, but that was dumb. That would be 30 copper ingots per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, hold up. I lost count because my game lagged. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 times 30. That's too much copper. 420. There's no way. 420 blaze it, by the way. Soul Link is a little too advanced. Is it is it like a method of playing the game? Like, is it like a Nuzlocke? Like it is a type of challenge? There's a couple more rules. Sorry, I just read that. It's a Nuzlocke with two players trying to do it together. If the starter from one dies, the other also dies. Your souls are linked. Interesting. I would be an absolute fucking liability to somebody in that. Somebody gets stuck with me? Absolute liability. Mars and Ryan. Peepaw versus Peepaw. I liked the first half of that comment. We're going to have enough circuit boards. Are we going to have enough copper to run the circuit boards? No, but we're going to have enough circuit boards. I guess this will be one of those conversations we look back on in a year and be like, remember the free will conversation during Satisfactory? One last thought. I wish I believed more in free will than I currently do. That's the only thing like a part of me, I just wanted to clarify. I wish I believed a little bit more in free will than I currently do. And I mostly do. But I wish I had, like, a higher... If I'm at a 4, I wish I was at a 3. Okay, now we can stop. Sorry, I brought it up again. Don't you have the free will to believe more in it? Yeah, but Shammy, I would say one of the big problems of my life is that wanting to believe in something has not been a viable strategy for believing in something for me. I would call that one of the like major problems of my life is like wanting to believe versus believing has ended up being two different things for me. Just choose to believe forehead. All right. Ah! I just shot my building on accident. I tried to hook a wire up to it, and instead I just shot it. How do Bluebees feel about that comment? Wasn't the water wet combo from Satisfactory? Oh my god, you're so right. Water wet is also one of the Satisfactory combos. Cursed to persevere. Belief. Okay, so you should get copper, and you should get silica. And that'll do it. God, now I just keep thinking of more angles to keep talking about this with, but I probably should not. We should probably move on. What do you guys want to talk about? Don't say free will. Use your free will to come up with something to talk about. That's what I should do too, but stand my brain keeps going down this railroad track. Anal glands predestination. Oh, good. Will of the free variety. Why have Labubu's made their way into this stream? Today it's either Meg's Smelly Feet or Free Will. All right, I guess we're back on Free Will. Will Ferrell? Free Will, Will Ferrell? Will Fidel? Wait. Friedel? Who's Will Friedel? Or Free Willy? Best Will Ferrell movie, go. How's that? Is that a good one? I was talking to some friends. I was talking, so the bachelor party actually that I was at last weekend. I was talking to some people and I was like, I was talking to a bunch of white rural Midwestern men who were around the age of 30. And we were debating. I said, okay, rank these movies based on how much you loved them as a 15-year-old. Step Brothers, Superbad, and Talladega Nights. And I swear to you, we had like a 2-hour conversation. It was an hour maybe. It was an hour conversation. I hope someday I love any 3 movies as much as 13-year-old Ryan loved all 3 of those movies. I think Will Friedle was the brother in Boy Meets World. He was the voice of Ron in Kim Possible. I know I brought up Will Ferrell, but I have the following hot take. Your ranking of Adam Sandler movies is just the order you saw them in. Will Ferrell movie, Elf or Step Brothers, Anchorman, I guess. I feel like Elf is actually an excellent choice. Okay, rank Jim Carrey. Okay, so Jim Carrey movies. It's got to be The Grinch, right? Jim Carrey movies is The Grinch. Like, we've solved it. I don't know what the Adam Sandler movie ranking is because I frankly have seen, like, barely any, but I do know Click is at the bottom of the list. Have you seen Happy Gilmore 2? No, I have not even seen Happy Gilmore 1. No love for The Mask. The Mask, I have seen. But on the other hand, The Grinch. Truman Show, 50 First Dates, Liar Liar is classic. Right, but is it good? I haven't seen Liar Liar. Truman Show's great. For me, all Jim Carrey movies are a hard no. All Jim Carrey movies are hard no. So you have something against Jim Carrey. That's fair. I mean, yeah. Bruce Almighty? Oh, God. I have seen that movie, too. Okay, so we need Silica, which I think we carry on the bus, but I'm not entirely sure. Let's go check. Silica. And I know we ain't using that for too much, so it's moving, but I don't think we're using it for a lot. I cannot abide the faces that Jim Carrey pulls. That's not acting. How much money has Jim Carrey made as an actor? Sorry. Let me rephrase the question. Hey, Google. How many movies has Jim Carrey been? Okay, no, let me rephrase the question. How many people have seen Jim Carrey movies? Damn, I think he might be an actor. I think he may not be your type of actor, but I think he's an actor. My Google speaker is answering you. I am so sorry. I did say, hey, Google, and then I did not think about the consequences, and then I just did it again. Shit. I do think there's like a group of people who are like, Jim Carrey's not an actor. And to those people I say, what a good friend of mine says to me sometime. Have you no whimsy? Have ye no whimsy? I'm sorry, I didn't realize you hated happiness. Set off Alexa. That said, so despite the fact that I'm teasing you about not thinking Jim Carrey is an actor, I don't get the Nicolas Cage hype. I don't get it. I missed the boat on that one, and I think I've missed it forever. I think that ship has just sailed for me, probably. It's gone. We're feeding both. This could be interesting. Next I need copper, and we're not going to have enough. There's just no way. Good news is it's already out right here. We may have enough. We could maybe have enough here. God, this is going to be a mess. Nick Cage has such a punchable face. I'm so sorry. Carly took it a step further and is wishing violence upon Nick Cage. I just want to clarify that that is not my take. For legal reasons, that's not how I feel. But I am happy to have some company in my Nick Cage confusion. Very happy. I call him Nick Cage, and my mom doesn't like that for some reason. Is your mom like, his name is Nicolas Cage? Carly says John Travolta also has a punishable face. That's how I feel. Okay. Not that we would ever wish violence upon any celebrities, but what male celebrity has the most punchable face? Because I think it's a two-way, three-way race to the top between Kevin Spacey, John Travolta, fucking Mission Impossible dude. What's his name? Matt Ryan? Pulp Fiction, question mark, exclamation mark. I think John Travolta's punchable face makes Pulp Fiction better. Tom Cruise, thank you. Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is also in my favorite movie of all time, and he is the most punchable character in that movie. Sometimes you need a punchable face. It's a key. It's a key part of the thing. 100%. 100%. Sometimes they have to be punchable to make the role work. Are you working? You are working. 12.5 per minute is really not a lot. But it will. But we do have, what, 7 machines doing it? So 7 times 12.5? That ain't going to hurt. There's 0% chance we keep this thing fed with copper. We may need to add more copper to the bus. That's all right. We've been kind of expecting that for a while. No, I did not want to draw that as a curve. I didn't want to draw that as a curve either. What's your favorite movie of all time? Oh, that's why it's in the wrong spot. Magnolia. John C. Reilly is in it and delivers the performance of a lifetime. Tom Cruise is in it. Philip Seymour Hoffman is in it. Rest in peace. That guy who plays in Wild Hogs. Tell me you've seen Wild Hogs. No, not John Travolta. Not Tim Allen. Not Martin Lawrence. What's his fucking name? I can't even find him. William H. Macy. Wild Hogs was surprisingly good, but I can't stand anyone in it. Except William H. Macy. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. He's the only person I know who has referenced Wild Hogs on multiple occasions. For some reason, my stepdad loved that movie, which I find really funny. But, so we watched it, like, if he got the chance to choose the movie we were watching, it was that. And every time we were all absolutely... How do British people say that word? Whinging? We were complaining. Whinging? Is that what it's called? Or do they pronounce it like, I think it's whinging. I think that's right. What an excellent word, by the way. Whinging? It's funny to pronounce, but it's a good word. There is no copper. Yikes. Tim Allen has a punchable face. How dare you say that? I think maybe, yeah. I could see it. I can see it. That ain't enough copper. Okay, so hold up. We do have the ability to get Mach 6 stuff, right? Yup. It's going to take a whole lot to make it happen, but we can do it. Fuck. Technically, I think we can do it right now. Let's do that one next. Fuck it. Let's see if we can get it right now. Every aspect of Tim Allen makes me want to punch him. He's so annoying. Damn, everybody's going hard on Tim Allen. I guess I didn't realize that. It has been, I don't know, 15 years since I've seen anything with Tim Allen in it. And you know what? I didn't like the Santa Claus movies. So, I guess that's on the list of reasons Tim Allen is a little bit punchable. Tim Allen's also a terrible person? Okay, I didn't know that either. Good to know. I think Megan likes the Santa Claus movies. Is that what it's called? Santa Claus? Bad Santa. Santa Claus? Bad Santa. Which one is he in? 200. Both? He's in the Santa Claus. I watched so much Home Improvement growing up. Same. This is Trigons. And luckily our factory is not moving, so all of this should be pretty much backed up. 50, and then we need 5,000 aluminum, whatchamacallit? Not all clad, not casing, but all clad. Where is it? There's no way it's this far down, right? It is. Holy shit, this was forever ago. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is just put a splitter into a big old industrial storage thing. So 5,000. It's 200 per. So 200 times 8 is 1,600, 3,200, 48. So we need basically 3 rows plus a little bit. Plus, I think just 1 square, but we'll do 2. Bye, Iculos. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the fun combo. Okay. So that's that, and then is that right? 16, 32, 48, 5,000. Okay. So then we just need iron. Wow, he missed it. So focused on his so-called factory. What did I miss? What did I miss? Carly, what? Not me Googling Bernard the Elf at 33-year-old. Hold up. If you're going to Google, I'm going to Google and show the whole class. I did accidentally do it in all caps because of caps locks. This one? Why does he look like emo Frodo? Emo Frodo is wild. We just need iron. There's got to be iron on one of these. Just iron plate. I don't know. We'll just take it off over here probably. It's probably the easiest place to do it. Emo Frodo is my type. Yeah, we know. You watched all those shitty bands in 2010. Or whatever. Oh, shit. What's okay, I mean, it's gonna sound like I'm just being a dick, but Carly, I think, would say that too. So this is gonna be close to 10,000, but not quite there. I've seen your music taste. We can all learn and grow, you know? I used to be attracted to Matt Healy. Now, that idea makes me a little sick inside. Don't get rid of that. We should all grow. Absolutely. You used to be into all those 2005. I don't know what the year was. And I don't even remember the name of the bands that you are definitely ashamed of. But I know you're ashamed of them. And that's what matters. Okay. That one's going to take forever to fill up. Holy yikes. And we just don't have enough copper, right? This line is mostly full. But we're going to need more copper. And we don't want to do something where we just bring in extra copper from here into here, right? Probably not. Oh, chat, look away. This is the nastiest, ugliest This is the nastiest spaghetti I've ever done. And I'm absolutely doing it. Look, avert your eyes. Avert your fucking eyes. Don't look at me right now. I'm ashamed. This is the left output overflow. Shit. That needs to be a smart merger. That needs to be a priority merger because it must prioritize center input, then medium, so that it will only take when it needs it, which it will occasionally need it. We have to feed this first. It's not ugly because the game included priority mergers, so it's not ugly. Unsubscribe at this mess. It's not as ugly. It's a kind of beautiful. It's not a beautiful solution. It's a good solution. It's done in an ugly fashion, but not the most egregious thing you've ever done. Cute is what we aim for. That's right. That's the name of the band. Sometimes it's unfortunate that spaghetti has meaning in Satisfactory and is also a euphemism on this channel as well. Sorry, Evo, what is the word you typed? What's a euphemism? What's the euphemism? The euphemism is that making spaghetti is another way to talk about sex. But what's a euphemism? We're going to need more copper. This copper ain't enough. We have, but let's quickly flip-flop and go check the plastic unloading again. I've never heard of making spaghetti as a euphemism. It's because it's only on this channel. 5 years ago, honestly, over 5 years ago at this point. I'm just teasing you, Eva. No worries. Ryan's sassier than usual today. I'm sorry. I'm using my free will in a terrible way. we had a conversation about sex, but we couldn't talk about it as sex, obviously. So we instead said, let's say you're making spaghetti, and that has somehow persisted over the years. What's that mean for mom's spaghetti? You never walked in on your parents having sex? Anything's a euphemism if you wiggle your eyebrows while you say it. Lumella, what's a euphemism? I'm only familiar with euphemisms. I'm teasing. I'm sorry. Harping on people because they're misspelling euphemism is a crazy thing to do. Chad, have you ever walked in on your parents having sex? Sorry, if we're doing uncomfortable combos today. Did I really get rid of 7 fucking... Oh, no. I did get rid of 7 of those. Shit. No, thank God. Can we talk about anal glands instead? I never walked in anywhere, Ryan. Thanks for asking. I never walked in on my parents having sex, but I did run in on them once. Sorry, now I'm just thinking of different variations of... No, I didn't walk in on them, but I did... Yikes. I never walked in on my parents having sex. I thankfully was never aware of my parents in any shape or fashion being sexual beings. Thank fucking God for the repression of how I grew up in some ways. Thunder Girl Twitch, thanks so much for the follow. No, but I did try to walk into my parents' room. The door was locked. When I called out, they gave me a panicked, we're taking a bath together. Go away. So you didn't, but you did, basically. You basically did. What the hell did I click into here? Listen, it's a no-pressure conversation. Did you or did you not ever walk... I'm teasing. So what am I doing? I need to go down to like floor 7. The amount of people in chat saying things like Maddie just said, I'm pretty sure my parents borderline hated each other by the time I was born, so I don't think there was ever a chance of it happening. Imagine though? I'm just kidding. Don't imagine. I was gonna make... I can't. My brain sucks today. My brain is making all the jokes I shouldn't make today. I was... I was gonna say something along the lines of, and I will say it and then I will move on. You're familiar with the term... I don't know what the term is, or but the idea of like... When people are like... Evo says spit it out at this point. The idea of like, the idea that like when you are in an argument in a relationship, that might make for a more interesting or like passionate sex. So like normally you make spaghetti on just like a calm evening, right? But like some people apparently, there's this idea that in fact, some of the best spaghetti you can ever make is when you sort of are pissed at each other. You sort of hate each other. Chaos spaghetti. Spicy sauce. Hate spaghetti, yeah. I feel like I should say no comment here. Have you ever made a hate spaghetti before, chat? I have not, and I want to be real clear about that. Have you ever made a hate spaghetti before? Maybe? Maddie, I have a million questions. I'm going to ask 0 of them. Angry spaghetti hits different. No, and I do not find this idea appealing. Well, I don't think everyone does, but I think some people do. No, I plan on keeping it that way. I think that's totally fair. All right, while this is working, we should probably go check on our plastic train and go see what the fuck is going on over there. We may need to just put 2 different belts in. You know what? Front seat question. Not about hate sex. Front seat question about something else. Front seat question about Satisfactory. If you are a Satisfactory player and you've been watching my stream the last 2 days, do you know what my issue is with plastic? Yes or no? My plastic train, yes or no? Thanks for clarifying. I got you, Evo. Yes. Okay. Is my problem on the unloading or loading side of my factory? You can of my train station. You can also say hazy. Yes, Shammy told me what it is. Loading, unloading, or hazy? Hazy. Fuck. Is it related to a Mark IV belt? Front seat question. Yes or no? There's a 1.1 solution. Interesting. Where is my Mark IV belt? Front seat question. There's definitely a Mark IV belt somewhere in the fucking ether, and I don't know where it is. Ah. At the production end. Okay, perfect. Let's get on this train. Get out of here. Actually, really quickly, let's check how much is in it. It's the same fucking amount, so that makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Shammy. Thanks for paying attention to this and knowing the answer. I appreciate you. Because and I love this, half of the Satisfactory watchers in chat right now are saying, I don't know what your issue is because I'm mostly working and not paying enough attention. Or, I haven't watched, I've just listened to this insane conversation. Thank God that you know where the answer is. I must have not converted something, but I don't know what I didn't convert. There's something 1.1 that I'm so waiting for you to discover. I hopefully will discover it right here, Shammy, and if not, maybe I could get a hint towards it. Because I think the hint that we did the other day really, like, I think that was a really satisfying experience. I think that was a really satisfying way to sort of cover an issue and lead. I had fun discovering it. I think you guys had fun setting it up. Whenever you go to space or whatever at the end of this game, Shammy needs VIP to celebrate for the day. Absolutely. Also, I just took away Shammy's VIP for the day that lasted for like a month. I just took it away this morning because I reset all the VIPs this morning. Okay. We got an hour left in stream for me to figure this shit out. And I spent 2 hours yesterday trying to figure it out. I wonder if there's a upgrade. My guess for what the 1.1 thing would be is that there's like an upgrade function in some way, shape, or form. There's an upgrade function in Factorio. There is, I believe, an upgrade function in Dyson Sphere program, but I might be wrong, where you can basically take something from Mark 1 to Mark 2 by just selecting a bunch of stuff. That is a rhetorical question, absolutely. I can't wait to find out what this answer is, though. But we'll get there, we'll get there. Anyways, back to hate sex. So, I think the spectrum of responses to hate sex is people who are so absolutely uninterested. Thank you, Carly. Incredible, incredible, incredible. I think there's like a spectrum of like, I'm so uninterested in that, I cannot even express to you how uninterested I am. I will say, this is interesting. This is currently backed up. So it does back up when you dock, which I think is crazy. I did not realize that. This actually right here means that we will never successfully... That right there that I just saw means that we will never successfully get one full belt out. Because there will be a moment where it is backed up, not transferring, which sucks. This is a conveyor lift, Mark 5. What's that belt, though? Fuck. I can't see it. I swear I changed this. Okay, so am I warm or am I pretty cold here, Shammy, on where I need to look? Mark 5, Mark 5. Never mind, I think I found it. Was that it? Front seat question? How did I miss that? Okay, chat, we're focused. We're focused. I swear I did the whole thing. Okay. Between hate sex and hamster porn, Carly's becoming queen of the not safe for work quotes this year. Thundergirl says I have a long way to go. Did you say you're on phase 2 right now in this game? You've got a long way to go, but the game is great. Keep progressing. Keep progressing. Shammy, do you have any okay, front seat question. Did I just fix my issue? Yes or no? When I replaced that thing, did I fix my issue? In terms of... No. Okay, great. I was kind of getting that vibe. Is there another belt or lift that needs converting? Yay or nay? Front seat question. Mark 5. Mark 5. Hazy. Trying to figure out how I narrow down what the issue could be. You know? One way... So one thing we could check is when this train gets here, if there is going to be more than 850 in the train, then that means that we at least succeeded on getting some more into the train than normal, because 850 was about what we were stuck at. That said, I don't know. It sounds like I haven't solved the issue, and I don't know where to look to see. I think we've succeeded already in putting more into the train. Plastic 1 is still on the way. But either way, I have determined that this will not be enough. This will not be enough. And frankly, it won't be enough even if we... So what I may need to do here is actually run 3 or 2 lifts. All the way down. Because... Okay, let me talk through this. How would you define your issue? My goal... Yeah, let's talk through this from the start. My goal with my train system is to, per individual train, like this plastic train right here, is to, per train, deliver enough material to guarantee that my factory, my vertical bus, gets one full belt of material. My original theoretical answer to that problem was, look right now, these belts are not moving. This is the problem. My original theoretical answer to that was one full belt going in at all times means that no matter how long the train trip takes, as long as it is not taking longer than it would take to fill up one cargo thing, then basically it's one belt in, one belt out. However, there is a small delay when you are docking. That means that one belt is not coming in. Even if we supplied this belt Mark V constantly 100% with plastic, there is a moment where it stops and backs up because of the docking, which means that we have to deliver more than one belt worth into the train and out of the train in order to get one belt out on the other end. Or at least one more belt in. I don't know if we need to do more than one belt out because I don't know if there's a delay. There probably is. Probably. I'm sure there is. So, my first solution to that idea would be to do a second one. It's going to be a little weird because we have 3 things and we have only, so we can't split, we can split one full belt into 3 equal parts really easily. We cannot split 2 belt. I don't know how to split 2 belts into 3 parts super easily. But I think it would probably be fine as long as we just kind of overdid it. But I'm concerned that there is another issue that I have not caught. That means that even this belt isn't delivering 720 or 780 items per minute. Shammy, do you have any hints towards this 1.1 feature? Ask the question. Is this delivering 780 items per minute? Yes or no? Front seat question. Ignoring the pause where it is, okay? So what is the... do you have any hints towards the 1.1 feature that I am not aware of? Is it a way to tell how much a belt is averaging or something? Because that would be amazing. Tickets? Okay, my official guess, before we get there, my official guess is that there is an item in the game. Is it circuits? Shit, wrong button. Is it circuits? That's a rhetorical question. Is there a new item that allows me to... Yeah! Let's go. Let's go. Oh, baby. It's It's Satisfactorio is what it fucking is. This is 100% a solution that I'm aware of from Factorio. Attaches to conveyor belts, monitors the number of parts traveling through it, displays the average throughput per minute, requires a full minute of data before complete accuracy is achieved. We're going to be buying that. 100%. Is there anything else new in here? Conveyor wall hole.
Humans have long practiced delegating work that strains and tires them to machines. It is their best achievement. Simple counting and short-term memory are often among such challenges, which the conveyor throughput monitor is specialized in. Simply add it to any belt, and it will tell you its throughput after only 1 minute.
Whoa, we have new patterns too. Okay, we should have looked at all of this a long time ago. So we have new patterns. Maybe some of this was already here. Okay, those all might have been there before. I'm not sure. We have some other new items. We have architecture personal elevator. For a vertical bus? There's been a lot of weeks you've never even checked the shop. So many Tamas. I should have checked the shop. A personal elevator for the fucking bus? A vertical bus? 100% we'll be adding that into the thing. I wonder if it'll connect via blueprints. Structural cable beams. That's cool. A ventilation bundle. Oh my god. Okay, we're just gonna double check there's nothing else I want to buy. I like the number patterns. I wish I had more number options, but I don't really see that that's an issue or an option. Basic shelf unit I think is cool. We'll buy it even though I don't know if I'll use it. I'd still love the golden nut. I mean, to have a golden nut. Parts, consumables. Okay. Damn. Okay.
Due to Pioneer request and several reported issues with staircases, there is now a more efficient solution. The Fix-It personnel elevator ensures optimal safety by putting a Pioneer in a box controlled by a rudimentary AI, specialized in soothing a straining mind. Exposure to a Fix-It personnel elevator is recommended to be a minimum of 2 minutes per day for optimal gain.
So, I think the way that we want to do this is probably just... So, the way that we want to use our... Is it logistics? Where is it? Conveyor throughput monitor. I highly doubt it will go on a lift. It's literally, it says on belts. Can I shove it there? I can? I can shove it there, but it looks like ass. I was going to say we only need one on the other end because that will tell us how much we're delivering, which is the only important metric. On this end, we're going to want to shove more in anyways. I think I could probably move this one further over. And it would tell us. So let's just do the science on it, right? Like, let's do it. Let's put one on here and see what happens. Bye, Archaic Dog. Thanks for being here. Let's go ahead and put one here. Oh, man. It's really satisfying looking, which I know that's the name of the fucking game, but, like, it's calibrating. It's going to do that for a minute, it said. We're going to see this number basically be 380, and then we're going to see it... Wait, you can configure it? And then we're going to see it drop the minute that the thing gets here. Which is going to be really interesting. I would only argue that we should put one of these on output to make sure that it hits 780. And then on this end, we should still have 2 belts. Or 2 lifts, sorry. Because it's not going to... What a cool feature. Holy shit. And this is so much easier than circuits in Factorio. Oh my god. What a great update. That's amazing. First off, is there a chance it will be anything less than 780? It should not be because the entire way down is Mark V. It is merging 2 belts that are greater than 390. So it should 100% just be 780. It will eventually stop when Plastic One gets here. That I am very confident about. Where is Plastic One? It's all the way over there. Okay, so in the meantime, we should focus on how we want to do this. Which is, we should probably bring 2 of these up. Split one into these 2. Split one into those 2. So. Hi, Cal. How's it going? Elevator's going great, I would say. I'm having a lot of fun with the elevator right now. Yeah. Sorry, the elevator. The factory's going great. Factory's going really great. I read Cal's message and then said elevator instead of factory. I wonder why they have this docking system that interrupts belt input. That's really kind of annoying because it means that no train can, like, you have to overstock train stations, freight platforms, in order to guarantee output at full capacity. It's really interesting. Tama. Uh-oh. Couple Tamas. Plastic train's down there. It's going to show up here. This 780 just should drop. You could just use drones, but that ignores the problem and just solves it in an entirely different way with different resource priorities, with different systems. Plastic's on the way. Tama just joining the fun. Snuffles? Cal, can I ask you a question about your username? What is a revelator? Okay, train is here. Is it someone who revels? There it is. There it is. I was going to say, it has to drop. It has to drop. I was like, unless this thing is fucking lying to me. Hot take. While it's doing that, this should still be able to intake plastic. Someone who revels? That's a great name. I'm sorry I mispronounced it. It's going to go back up, but we're going to average like 770 a minute, which is not 780 a minute. You know? We're going to have however many seconds of nothing that was, and it's going to go back up. I mean, it might not even get to 770. It might be more like 700, but... I wonder if this just... Did it say that it counts the last... It says it displays the average throughput per minute. I think it probably displays the last 60 seconds. So this will go back up, and eventually it will hit 7. It will say 780 because this will be out of the range. I wish I could configure it to track to track all time, or to track like last 30 minutes. Yeah, it's gonna say 780 here in a second. Yep. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. All right, we're gonna completely break it by doing something else. Which means we may as well probably build more fucking plastic, but here we go. Okay. Interesting. We learned something today, that's for sure. Oh, no, that's not straight. So here's my proposed solution. 2 belts. This itself will basically deliver the same number we were delivering earlier. Pretty much the same. These will get overstocked, but one of the freight trains will be empty. On the other end, it can just unload in that same fashion. There's a little bit of tank storage, of container storage rather than belt storage, which should mean that we can average it out to 780 overall, even if one thing gets overwhelmed. But the real solution here is just to bring another fucking belt. So, here goes nothing. Like John the Revelatory from the Bible. It was a high school nickname because John the Revelator was the name of a song I accompanied for the chamber choir. What instrument did you play? Oh, baby. We're learning today. Piano. That makes sense for accompanying. Do you still play piano? All right, we're going to drag this shit very similar to the same way. Over there. And I guess what we'll do is we just... For now, I think what we will do is we will just not combine the two belts. It will mean that we get a different... We won't have the... We'll get less into coupons, and we won't have the same answer in terms of... We won't know how much we're getting, but it will be over 780. So, instead of combining here, we will go here. Right? Is that the correct solution? Both of them still feed into... these. So if this one ever overloads because the train... Okay, I think this works. So this is a less perfect solution, but it is a solution, whereas this was... The old thing was not. So 2 belts of probably... $400 a minute, give or take. Eventually, the train station on the output side, the train station, plastic in, aka at the base, assuming I have to check its unloading rules. I probably have to change the unloading the same way that I changed the loading. Will eventually turn into... It will eventually be backed up, and it will eventually produce one full line of plastic. Jesus Christ. Okay. Get me the fuck out of here. Get me back to the base. Oh, I've been trying to learn a blueprints arrangement on piano recently. Is it the ballroom? Because I think the ballroom music is the best. It's so beautiful. Or is it something I don't know about? It is the ballroom? Oh my god. I think that music is amazing. I think that deserves a marsh. I feel pretty good about what we're doing right now. We're going to solve this. It took two streams, but we're going to solve it. And it took some front seating. But the good news is when we get back, I think we'll actually be able to convert all belts to Mach 6, which is hilarious because that would have also solved this problem. But it would only have solved it temporarily because I'm going to have to change the entire belt to Mach 6. Mark 6. Because I'll want the entire bus. Because I'll want the entire bus on Mark 6 instead. And then we would still have the same problem where I can't deliver a full Mark 6 belt. Okay, so let's ignore the... let's build our own train to go back because I don't want to wait. Perfect. All right, gamers, what do you guys want to talk about? We got probably about a half hour left to stream. We've covered free will and determinism. Most punchable faces in Hollywood. We've covered hate sex, piano arrangements. You might solve one thing, but there's always more things you need to solve. Ain't that the fucking truth, Jordan? Ain't that the truth? Wait, I missed a free will discussion? Oh boy, Cal, you missed like a 2-hour free will discussion. Parent sex, stinky feet. I feel like we really didn't do stinky feet justice. We can still talk about that. I will say, quick parenting story. Brought my kid home from daycare the other day, and brought Elle home from daycare the other day, and I think it was maybe the first day in her life that she had spent like an entire day in a pair of socks and shoes. Hi, Luke. And if y'all were mad about me saying Megan has stinky feet earlier, just wait. My child also has stinky feet. I was changing her diaper and getting her ready for like the evening, putting into PJs and all that jazz. And popped the shoe off, popped the sock off. Made a very big reaction upon smelling her stinky feet. Because one, I was freaking surprised. I was not expecting the, you know, you don't really think of a baby as having stinky feet, I guess. But they can. They sure can. On the other hand, it has turned into something very funny, which is that now we have like a game we play where she tries to shove, like during diaper changes, she tries to shove her feet directly into my face, and we go, ew, stinky. It's really funny. She loves it. She's a big fan. It's funny that a runner is talking about others having stinky feet. I'll be honest with you. I don't think runners and stinky feet is as bad as a lot of other sports. And here, let me tell you why. Runners have to change your shoes more often than other sports because the shoes break down really badly. One of the things with running is that you have to change your shoes pretty often because of the breakdown of the rubber. So I know, you know, baseball kids, sometimes they're wearing their shoes 2 seasons in a row. Bouldering, rock climbing, that shit is, you wear those shoes until they're falling apart. I'm not saying my feet don't stink, because they obviously do. Especially after like a long day on like an ultra marathon, like a long day in the mountains. Not only do they stink, they're covered in dirt, they're nasty. But okay, we gotta change our what we need to do is watch the unloading system and see if it takes a break. Can I chuck stuff in these? I can. Okay, excellent news. Here's what we need to do. We need to run a test right here. We need to fill one of these absolutely to the brim. This one right here. And we need to double check that it will unload during the docking process. Because if it will, then we're guaranteed. If it won't, then we have a problem. We need to change our unloading system. Ryan, wait until she starts school. You pick her up after, and she decides to take her shoes and socks off in the car. It's brutal. Oh, no. That sounds like a personal experience issue. Can we get an update on what Elle is saying these days? A ton of animal noises. She's doing a lot of, what else is she doing? A lot of mamas and dadas still. Nothing particularly new. I told you guys she says, instead of quack, quack, she says quack, quack. She says meow. I think I told you guys this. She goes meow for meow. Just meow. Not really saying. I don't know if she's saying anything else new. I will say, one of the huge developments in the last, like, week, like, this is brand spanking new, is, I know Tony reads this book to his daughter. Elle sat through all of Little Blue Truck. It's like a slightly longer book than she's been reading for a long time. Twice in the last week. Before that, 0 times in the last year. We're kind of getting to the point where she's sitting through some longer books. I think because she can actually piece together, like there's more interesting stuff on the page that she can piece together. Like she understands that, you know, oh, that's a flower in the background of this photo. She likes flowers. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and chuck that in. This thing right here should not pause. Where's plastic one? Where is it? I just saw it. Where is it? Right there, right there, right there. Should not pause. If it pauses, I'm going to be pissed. Because I'm going to have to redesign my whole train station. You fucker! It's pausing. No! Okay, I have to redesign my whole train station. Actually, I don't think it'll be that bad. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Do we just go like this? That should still unload at a greater rate than 780. Probably. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Can she say creative writing yet? No, but I did teach her to say master's degree. No, I'm just kidding. I read that to Elle all the time when she was younger. Little Blue Truck. I think, yeah, I think it's... I guess it's more popular than I thought. At first, I was not a huge fan of the book. I'll be honest with you. The minute she learned her animals, she's a much bigger fan of Little Blue Truck than she was before. Oh, I did just break this, though, didn't I? Shit. Okay, so... I broke this. I need to fix it by doing this. I think I need to fix it by doing that. So this thing right here should get more than 780 per minute, allowing this thing to chuck out 780 per minute. As long as we don't have supply issues, which we very well fucking may. I am going to put my foot on the scale a little bit here and redistribute the plastic personally to see if we can make sure this problem is solved. Can I recommend a book, or is that against any rules? No, go for it. A book for me or a book for my kid? My kid is 14 months old. If you've got any books for 14 months old, or either way, you can recommend either book. We actually have a book club going on right now, and we just officially picked the book, probably. Carly and I probably need to talk about that after stream at some point. Is it time to start L on some epic adventure? Sorry, some epic fantasy now? Ryan, I have a book rack. Hit me with it. This thing should be 780. Like, we're stockpiling. Stockpiling. We may see these run out at some point, but we should be able to cover the difference with what is in there, hopefully. What is stockpiled in this container. I'm so sorry, Tony. I did think to myself this morning, I have got to get to the post office on Saturday morning. It's called It'll Bear. It'll Bear. Aw, I like the subtitle. Fostering curiosity, courage, and compassion in children everywhere. You know what I like most about the subtitle? They used an Oxford comma. Hell yeah. Thanks for the recommendation. No, that was perfect, Tony. That was perfect. Okay, where is the plastic one train? It's probably still over there. But it is headed this way, so I think we might make it. Oh, yeah, I think we're going to make it. Hell yeah. So we can officially... So 2 of these are drained. This one still has some. But we are officially... Okay. That has just helped a bunch with our computers. I need to go check our circuit boards. But I want to sit through one whole thing here to make sure we got it. How's the factory? It's good. It's good. Going pretty well. Shout out to the Oxford comma. The OG. Yeah, it's been good. I don't think we're going to stream the Satisfactory at all next week because we're going to do Pokemon Week next week instead. But I think we're leaving this in a decent place. I'll probably do some off-camera work to clean stuff up. I don't know. Maybe I'll build a fucking elevator. Seems pretty cool. I've kind of lost love for my... Hell yeah, dude. We did it. That's 1,200. That's a lot more. This is one of the potential issues, is that one of these things gets very full, and then that actually reduces input or output. But I think this should be okay. Eventually, it should get too full because we should back up. What was I saying? Pokemon Week. Yeah. We're gonna continue the Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke next week, and we're gonna do it with like increased hype, increased consequences, hopefully increased fun. Oh, that's awesome, Thunder Girl. That's amazing. Okay, we solved it. Hell yeah. Let's go grab our items and see if we can unlock Mark 6 belts and see how fucking expensive they're going to be. So we need to go down to floor like 7. I'm extremely excited for that. Great. How's your day been, Jeff? How's your day been? Is anybody in here currently already a Pokemon on our Platinum playthrough? I don't really remember. I know we have Carly. I need to look back at the Pokemon we have, though. Llamas is a Pokemon. I remember Lady Rivers was Geodude. Jason was Starly or Staraptor, I think. What am I again? Some kind of turtle? Some kind of turtle? Turtwig? Yeah, we're not going to be able to grab it all because shit's a mess. Get some shit out of my inventory. Unimportant. There's a million things I haven't done. Just you wait. Just you wait. Just get this unimportant stuff out of my inventory. Cleaning up inventory. Got it. Let's go. Wild random Hamilton reference. Listen, I know referencing Hamilton right now is crazy, but I have 2 reasons why in the year of our Lord 2025, Hamilton is at the top of my brain. Reason number 1, it is coming back on a TikTok trend right now. Like deadbeat dad Hamilton is a trend right now on TikTok. Has anybody seen it other than just me? It is very funny. The big 2025. That's what I should have said. Second off, as mentioned in prior conversations, I'm watching campaign 1 of Critical Role right after Hamilton comes out. Literally all of the cast members are like, so. They're just referencing Hamilton constantly. It's 9 years ago again. I'm hearing all of the Critical Role cast members 10 times during a session being like, so. They were super into Hamilton. Travis is wearing a Burr Shot First t-shirt. Absolutely. So for some reason, in my brain specifically, Hamilton is... Oh, I should have broke this down. I should basically put us there. I still don't have TikTok. You're probably better off for it. I don't know, though. I think I'd be better off if I had to delete one. I feel like if I deleted my Instagram... Okay, rank the major social media sites in order of which one you should delete first. I'll go first. Twitter. I have basically stopped using my Twitter. It's not on my phone. And that has 100% made my life better. I don't say that to brag. I say that to encourage you. If you're on
reached. After close scrutiny,
the fence,
2 problems were identified in Mark
delete that
5
shit.
conveyor belts. The first was the belt part, so force fields have been implemented in the Mark 6 instead to maximize transfer speeds. The second problem is inefficient pioneers, but sadly no remedy is available for this severe impediment. Yet.
Whoa, what the fuck? These are made of time crystals and something. I didn't even look. What the hell? Oh my god, it's so sexy. Oh my, it's the treadmill. I can't run. I can't even run faster than it. Facebook would be my next pick. All of them. If I could delete Instagram but remain aware of what's going on with all my distant friends, I would. Absolutely. That's kind of my thing. I've basically been off Facebook for like 3 or 4 years. Been off Twitter for like 4 or 5 months, probably. Both 100% improvements in my life. 100%. That's going to be so expensive to make. It's Trigon and time crystals. But we can do it. It was aluminum before, so we're going to have so much aluminum now. Holy shit. That also allowed us to... That also unlocked for us something else. Fixonium. And Fixonium... Is this a power rod built of... It makes waste, dark matter residue. But it makes a 150,000 megajoule fuel rod, which is the exact same. Nope, it's a 10th of what a plutonium fuel rod is. I understand. It's twice what a uranium fuel rod is. That said, it might be... I don't know what this takes to make. Fixonium. Dang it, I was going to say it might be easier to make than uranium fuel rods overall, but singularity cells, I don't even know how to make that yet. This other thing here. They're used to power portals. Maybe what I'll do when I'm done with this game is not restart the game from scratch and redo everything the way I want to do it. Maybe I'll restart the game. Maybe I'll just tear everything down as is that I have built and restart my factory. I feel like that could be just as useful. My only others are Discord, YouTube, and Twitch, and those aren't going anywhere. Yeah, I feel like those ones are fun. Not just because I'm on them. It's getting hard for me to scroll through Instagram and Facebook. These days, I'm very tempted to delete because I just don't know what's real anymore. I miss the internet from 15 years ago. Oh my God, Carly, that reminds me. Have you guys, are people familiar with, Okay, I was at this bachelor party last weekend, and we were talking about a website from 2011 that just basically shuffled. Have we talked about this on stream? That shuffled you through. I don't remember what it was called. It shuffled you through websites on the internet. Like you hit it, you hit a button, and it would bring up an interesting web stumble upon. Thank you. I miss the hot take. Stumble upon was the greatest era of the internet. There is a website. You hit stumble or whatever it says. It takes you to some random cool thing someplace on the internet. Amazing. It was honestly like pretty, like we definitely like skipped stuff, but like it was pretty effective. It was pretty fun. Okay, let's go check on circuit boards, computers, etc. The things that are just in time for stream to end. Let's go see how ineffectively things are running. Great, no circuit boards. Love that. Love it, love it, love it. That was such a cool website. It was a very cool website. Very cool website. Yeah, things have, it does feel, and I know that it isn't necessarily this way, but it does feel as like things have broken in a sad way, and we'll never return to that. I do think we'll never return to it, but I don't think things are broken in an unfixable way. It's just that you're lacking copper, so we are not running 3 out of our 7 here because of lack of copper. You have plenty. That's good. So we get 100% just use a new copper line chucked in right here. Something, something, current events, yeah. It was a cool website. It was a very cool website. Okay. Where are we at? I was going to build biochemical sculptors yesterday, but I couldn't because blenders require computers. Is that what it was? Yeah. And there are no computers in storage because we don't produce them fast enough. And we don't produce circuit boards fast enough to help our computers because we don't have enough copper. So, piss, bing, bong, horse, by the way. We have a possible spoiler check question for you before you dive off. Hit me with it. My body tells me no. That copper. That's iron. That's copper. We're going to need more copper here before too long. Normal. We could just do a belt of copper ore into this. Piss, bing, bong, horse. Words to live by. Oh, I changed it over to this one. Let's just do a little... Let's just throw down a smelter array to see what happens. Smelter array like this. If we were to make this copper, we would need how much? We should also probably throw this down and make it Mark 6 now, because that's kind of what we're going to have to do. I kind of want to make a live, laugh, love style cross stitch of piss, bing, bong, and horse. Oh my god, that's a genius idea. For getting nostalgic, it's a long shot, but would love a blind playthrough of the logical journey of the Zoom beanies. What is that? The logical journey of the Zoom beanies. Piss, bing, bong, and horse. That was just people wrote that on. I asked people what we should put on our sign, and they said those. I'm pretty sure that's it. Oh my god, these belts are the coolest thing in the game. Can we agree on that? Oh my god. Oh, they're so satisfying to look at. I didn't know what I was missing. The large lad is the coolest thing in the game. You're right. Sorry. The large lad. Okay, we're going to change our blueprints. Blueprints? Hard to top the space elevator? That's a good point, actually. Space elevator is pretty dope. Also, this, like, the particle accelerator is pretty cool. That thing right there is pretty dope. Even the nuclear stuff. But, I mean, this is just, like, we're in Blade Runner now. Like, this is amazing. We have Jedi things. I thought that was power for a second, and I nearly shit myself. Okay, override that blueprint. Then clear blueprint designer. Then load blueprint smelter array. Then Shammy, did you say you had a question for me before I hop off? We also never made this smelter array connectable. Seeing a picture for me posted in spoiler channel. Oops. Oh, was that not supposed to be there? I don't think that was supposed to be there. Burrito Sound has a question. Oh, sorry. You mentioned building an elevator off stream. We asked that you do it on stream or record it off stream. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. I probably would not do it off stream, honestly. It's a great thought. I have the same instinct you have when I think about it for more than a second, which is obviously new content on stream. Yeah, great idea. Good reminder. Thank you. Okay, we're redoing all of this. Dude, we can now write poop in the sky. I mean, write it on the ground. We can now write it in, like, glowing letters. Like neon. Invalid conveyor belt shape? What are you fucking talking about? That's kind of amazing. What do you mean invalid conveyor belt shape? What do you mean? You let me build it there. Ah, fuck you. Sorry, I'm very focused right now. We have a giant glowing H somewhere. Yeah, I got you. Actually, one second. Carly, just for you. I don't think I can actually delete these. I think it would actually cause a problem. You know what? Fuck it. We can do it. Carly, just for you. This is 100% going to take way too much time. And I need to get off like 3 minutes ago, but oh well. Uh-oh, why did you rotate? Why did you rotate? Don't rotate on me. Don't do this to me. It's blindingly bright. The green should probably be purple, right? The red should probably be purple. It can also just be black. That's actually maybe cooler. I wonder if these take electricity. Can you imagine? Huge. Now these I really wish that I could drag. Zoop me. Well, shit, I guess I'm just gonna have to... Now I'm just gonna have to take too much time to do this. Guess I'm just gonna have to be late. Okay, we'll come back to it another time. I can't do it. I can't do it. All right. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I appreciate you all. See you tomorrow for community game night. Why were you late? I couldn't zoop my sign. Sorry. It'll be an H eventually. For now, it's an I. All right. I appreciate you guys. See ya. Thanks so much for being here. Bye.